All right, we're gonna do a factspiration question. Also, welcome back, Lex. I'm sorry that America's in a worse state than you left it, but that's kind of the theme now. Kind of the theme.
Not
Let's
expected.
see. Um, all right. Ooh, geez. I think at this point, this is a pretty easy question, but we'll ask it anyways. Would it serve you well to trust people more than you do, or to be more careful of whom you trust? Hmm.
That's a great question.
That's a great question. That's great. All right. New higher 20% increase to her intelligence, or sorry, to her wisdom. Irene is asking this question because she's starting to wonder. She's starting to wonder herself. Is this everything okay here? But before anyone answers that question, does anybody for a DM inspiration want to sum up what happened last time? Uh, Go ahead and roll in the chat if you do. Oh, Anna rolling in with a 4. All right. Going once, going twice. Oh, rival dice. A 13 drop from Darius. I don't even know if Darius was here. This is incredible. All right, going once, going twice. All right, Darius reporting on the scene. I love it when the people that didn't attend the session do the recap, because then we get to see how the streams managed to convey information successfully. All right, tell us what happened last time.
We fought hags.
Damn. Damn. I can give you 1/10 of inspiration for that. I can
So I have to do 10 more sessions before I get a full one.
well, no, just 9 more recaps of that quality would get you a full inspiration.
No, but on the real though.
Yeah.
Last time on Curse of Strahd, um, we were about to head over to the windmill after waking up in the morning and noticed that someone was coming up behind us. When we turned around, it was Anna, back from the dead. Um, it seems something took place, and she was able to find us easily enough. So we kind of filled her in on what we were about to do, and she wanted to take point on that. So we kind of let her. She went up to the windmill, knocked on the door, was let inside. Uh, Seems like there was some sort of discussion that happened, but it didn't exactly go her way. When she came out, she seemed to be pretty beat up about it. So she gave the go ahead for us to go in there and kick some ass, and that's what we started to do. Though before that, the hags opened the door and let a kid out. I think his name is Wendell. Seems to be from our timeline, like the modern timeline. Because he was mentioning things like The Witcher and PlayStation 5 and stuff like that, and was asking for Izzy's phone. So, uh, somehow this kid got brought into this fucking place. But yeah, I guess it was supposed to be a warning for us to stay back, or they'll do more things to the other kids that they have inside. But we weren't going to take no for an answer, so we decided to kick down the door and start trying to find where they were. Um, how best to describe this? Pigs turned into giant boars. A bunch of shit monkeys were farting and throwing stuff and clawing at us. Um, and the hags were jumping in and out of, I guess, this plane. I don't know how to fucking explain it. But one of them was killed. It looks like uh, Zaluka was able to tear apart, I think it was Bella, the big one. Uh, she got lit up. So now it's down to two, and we just have to find where they are.
All right, sounds good. Well done. Take your third inspiration. If anybody is interested in answering the question, go ahead and throw a d20 into chat. All right, we just got an 8 from Daniel going once, going twice. Sold to Daniel, who's doing a lot of growing up in his time at the Barovian summer camp. All right, what's going on, Daniel?
It's good times. In the almost 3 weeks since leaving the castle, Daniel has he's grown, but I would say that he wouldn't think it'd be a good idea to trust more people, especially himself, because he seems so unsure yet, and still torn between those dark forces tempting him and his humanity. So less trust, more forward facing with that. And also, these guys are kind of killers too. That's meta knowledge. You don't know that.
Mm-hmm. All right. You may ask the same question of any NPC that you've met previously in the campaign.
Let's go with Ludmilla. Let's see what his mistress thinks.
Oof. She knows, having lived in Barovia long enough, that you must be very careful who you trust. It's just not a commodity that anyone here can afford. Even if you are lonely, even if you meet someone who is really like smart and capable, or even better, stupid and faithful, you just can't. You can't trust them. They could be compromised in so many ways on so many different levels. They could be compromised against their own will. This is you are an island in a sea of shadows. All right. So, on that happy note, let me give you your. Oh, you have it from last week. You didn't even use it.
Oh no, I went and applied it myself.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. They're all fishing for themselves.
Oh, good boy.
You teach a man to fish, you'll never have to fish for backspation again.
Next week's game, while I'm at MagFest, Daniel's running it. Not Daniel's player, but Daniel's gonna run it. So we'll see how it goes. That would be hype, actually. If you guys like,
I'm working on my own games. Thank you.
I do love it when they play D&D in D&D. Like, that's one of my favorite fourth wall breakers is when they play D&D in D&D. It's good stuff.
Back to tower for Ben Ricken's board game table.
All right.
Nerds play that game in their mother's basement.
Dang, this guy, he really don't know. He really don't know how it turned out. Let me see. I'll find some music for you guys.
Nerds have taken over.
In their dreams.
Oh, buddy, he doesn't know. That was like the best when that first started to happen. When the nerds started to take over, there was an internet video where some jocks are playing football, but one of them misses the catch and starts getting heckled, and they look over and it's two nerds, and like the guy's like immediately like going to go kick their ass, but the other jock's like, "Don't do it, man, don't do it. Just let it go, just let it go." But the nerds keep bullying them, and then finally the one jock is just getting so upset, and the guy's like, "They'll ruin your life, man. They'll hack your social media. They're going to make it so you can never go to college again. You want to end up on a list? You want to end up on a list somewhere?" Like, yeah.
Canceled?
Yeah, like, it was incredible. It was incredible. And I was like, things are changing. Things are changing. All right. So, here you guys are. Are you on the map, or did I move you back to your dashboard?
I'm on the dashboard.
Okay. Let's move you back to Bone Grinder, floor 1. All right, we have left initiative because combat's over, as far as I can tell. Nobody is in any danger, and so I will reveal everybody, and we can just theater of the mind for the most part. The rest of this encounter, that works for everybody.
Hags are all sort of like nature-y in like a creepy way, right? Did I
Yes.
notice any particular plant growing on any of the hags?
Like growing on the hags, only one of the hags is still here. Her body's out in the in the thing
Yeah,
here.
I
But
was
do you
just
mean
seeing
like?
if I could locate plant and they'd be close enough to feel where they fucking went.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Hmm. I would say during the battle, you did not notice in their forms that they had any plants like visible. So, um, meta. Keep in mind that these are night hags, so they are Fey. If there could be a dual type Pokemon, they would be Fey fiends. So they're like the worst hags you could get, essentially.
No,
Yeah, and there were
am I
3 of them.
green for a reason?
Yes, you are covered in Nickelodeon
Oh right,
slime.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was looking for a status effect that made me green, and I was like, none of these look like they should make me green. I don't. But yeah.
Yeah. No, nine dretches exploding at point blank range makes you green. So,
Yeah.
all right. How do you guys wanna handle this shit? You got a
First-
lot to discuss, a lot to cover.
Am I
Yeah,
still
first Daniel's gonna take
immobilized?
that little kid out of the fart palace.
I think
All
the
right.
first thing we do is take a good look around the windmill here. See if there's anything good and or hidden.
All right. So you take Myrtle outside, Daniel. She drops to the ground in the mud and puts her fingers in the mud, kind of squelching it between her fingers, and it's just body shaking sobs of relief. And off in the distance, you see Izzy returning with Wendell. All right. Do you guys want me to just give you like a tour de la bone grinder with the official flavor text and whatnot? I feel like that might be a good way to handle it. Okay. All right.
And then tell me all of their secrets because I have a 31 passive percent.
Right. If their secrets are visible, perhaps. This place is like a thrift store for hags. Like these ladies had some hoarding going on. So there are going to be a lot of random and suspicious clay pots, jars, bottles, and trinkets and the like. If those sorts of things interest you, I can rattle some off for you as you are looking around. But for the most part, you're just going to hear um, bottles of mysterious origin reagents and trinkets probably over and over and over again. But when I say that there are a lot, there are a lot of just random horrible things here. Okay. Let's see. Ground floor converted into a makeshift kitchen. Right away, Tiernan, the Seeker's blade feels drawn to the oven, the same oven that tried to convince everyone to climb inside.
Yeah, I'll go towards it.
Okay. As you approach the clay oven and you open the door, you can feel a intense but pleasant heat coming from inside the clay oven. You think with your insane Peter Tingle senses that there is a panel in the back that can be removed.
Fuck. Does this look just looking inside of the oven? Does its
Mhm.
heat look natural, or is it like
You see,
enchanted to
you
be?
see no source of fire and no source of fuel.
There's no fucking way Tyrion's doing that, but he
But
will put it out.
interestingly enough, they do have firewood out back and next to the oven. But looking in the oven, you do not see any sign of ash or burn. There's a little area. It's a clay oven, right? So it's got like a little area underneath where you put the wood. We all have a clay oven in our house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
obviously.
yeah, it's like this, and then there's a section down there where you put the fuel, and then that's where you put the kids, right? Kids go in there, fuel goes in there.
Which one does it look like the hatch is at the back of?
Oh, the hatch is at the back of the fuel area.
Okay. Is there like a long fire poker sort of thing?
And apparently I drew an Amoongus, so there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, there are fire place tools though they don't seem to be used in quite a while. And do you want to try to use it to pry the
I
panel
will,
open?
I will grab whatever the longest one is.
Okay.
And while I'm explaining to everybody else, hey, I think there's something that opens at the back of this, I'll sort of poke at it.
Okay.
But I'm not getting anything more than like a hand through the through the opening.
All right. While Tiernan is doing that, Darius, what are you doing?
Just watching him go about this in such a weird way.
Okay.
But also healing myself.
Okay, fair enough. Shane, while this is happening, what are you doing? You keep an eye on Tiernan, or are you keeping an eye on NPCs, or?
So I think he would be mostly concerned about the kids. So he would poke
Okay.
in just to look to make sure everyone's okay, like Tiernan and Darius. And once he sees that they're upright, I think he's going to go back outside and just be with Izzy and the kids. And
Okay.
obviously watch out for hags reappearing or anything like that.
Got it. All right. As you approach, Wendell sees your rippling like curls that are being blown in the wind, your chiseled jaw, your really nice beard, your strong brow and eyes, and he says, "Are you a male cosplayer?"
I don't know what that is, kid, but it sounds kind of dorky. No, I'm a hero.
Izzy whispers to him, "He is." And Wendell nods like, that makes sense. No one in the year 2022 would ever look that handsome on purpose unless they were doing online modeling. So, all right. Sorry for any of you beautiful men in the game, but why would you even bother nowadays? Come on. We worked hard to sell the dad bod products. Why would you ruin that for us? Anyways, that was like a 3-decade-long marketing campaign. So, Anna, do you get up to anything while this is going on, or do you keep an eye on Tiernan and the oven?
She's not probably paying attention to a whole lot. She's kind of looking around in the kitchen, seeing what's there to see.
Okay. Daniel, having brought the child down, are you doing anything while Tiernan mentions something inside about the oven?
Yes, Daniel's going to deposit his kid with the babysitters.
Okay.
And then he's going to go over to Bella. Now, last time when I tried to use the Speak with Dead thing for my cloak on Anna, did that actually spend the charge?
I would say
it
because we want things to be hard and terrible in Barovia, I would say yes, it did expend the use of the cloak.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you know that there's no limit, so if you kept the corpse mostly intact, all right, you could probably use it tomorrow or whenever the cloak recharges. So.
What about just the head in a sack?
I believe that would work. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the Waterdeep chamomile special. Bag of holding full of heads.
All right, put a pin in that one.
Okay.
He's actually, while everyone else is occupied, he's going to go up to the 3rd floor to that other dead child, wrap it in a blanket, and leave. He's going to go bury him.
All right. Then you will be out of the scenes for a while. Where do you want to bury the child? Just on a hillside nearby, or do you want to take them back to the stones, or
to the stones?
Hell yeah, bro! Hell yeah!
It's the least dangerous place for a dead kid.
Okay. All right. So Daniel is off on another Daniel adventure. All right.
Either that or the kid gets like reanimated by the Fanes to be their mortal agent. It's going to be one or the other.
Although he will, in passing, ask Anna if he wants to help. If she wants to help.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. All right. Fair enough. So, Tiernan, as you prod and poke in the back, a panel slides out of the way, and you see a somewhat almost, I don't want to say painful. It is like seeing the sunrise after a dark night. Your eyes are briefly dazzled, but then you're like, oh, okay, it's not that bright after all. But your heart beat faster for just a moment because it's been so long since you've seen a real sunrise. But there is a light from the recess, like a yellowish orange light.
Does this light seem to be what's generating the heat?
Yes.
Or awesome. There's something in here. It's what's making the oven hot, but do I get any like vibe from it as whether it's
I mean,
inherently
the dagger
evil?
the dagger is like actively trying to point towards it, like a compass needle.
I think it's related to the Fanes, but I am not getting in there to get this thing out. I'll hold the door, make sure the door doesn't try to slam closed on anybody.
Stand aside.
Um,
Do you? What'd you say, Darius? Step aside.
Yeah, step aside.
Okay. All right.
yeah, I'll step off to one side. I'm gonna hold the door just to make sure it doesn't try to like eat people like it wanted to during the fight.
And he'll reach in with his prosthetic and grab whatever's in there.
All right. Sweet. As you reach in, you feel a vaguely Nerf football-sized stone. For anybody that wonders what that is, like an American football but smaller. I guess like an ostrich egg size, right? That's what a Nerf football. You know, the little guys. It feels so warm to the touch that it almost feels like it's going to burn you. Like when you have a cup of soup that is, you know, you're going to have to blow on that soup and it's threatening to burn you through the cup, but it's not burning you through the cup. It's that sort of warmth coming from the stone.
You'll pull it out and show it to everyone else.
All right. You pull out the Heart of Summer.
Jesus, they were using it to power their kid burning oven.
Now, I foolishly didn't pay attention when I updated mods, and I updated and rebroke magic item, so it cannot confer any of its powers easily today. But I will roll back the update for that. But this is what the Heart of Summer is capable of. If someone is willing to attune to it, it can provide abilities related to the season of summer. I guess I can't really tell you anymore because you either have to identify it or attune to it. It does radiate a somewhat faint aura of hope. Darius, you find the object to be distasteful. Sort of instinctively, like this is definitely some bad stuff. Combined with the holy symbol you're wearing, you just feel like this is you're starting to feel almost kind of sick from the conflicting nature of your passenger and the objects that you are in contact with.
He'll just look at it and, well, I guess that's 2 down, 1 more to go, and he'll hold it out for Tyrion to take.
As long as I don't feel like it will catch something on fire, I will grab it.
Yeah. Ooh, I see the point though with your fear of fire and stuff like that. I'm gonna.
Darius
Yeah, I'm
sees
gonna.
there's hesitation from Tyrion, then he'll just
Uh-huh.
walk over and hand it over to Irina.
Okay. She will take it. Yeah.
Let's that happen.
All right. She will take the object, the Heart of Summer, and let's see. When she does, I guess she'll just attune to it because it's. I mean, I feel like she's pretty impulsive.
Yeah, that
All right.
feels.
I instantly
What?
regret what I did.
Okay.
Too late.
As she does, the stone glows with a kind of golden light with sort of an orange core. She lets out a sigh. It is the sort of sigh that one has after they've spent a long summer's day, finishing chores, spending time with loved ones, and overall making their life better. The feeling is so strange to her that she starts to tear up. And then she tucks the stone inside her belt pouch. All right. I wanted to make sure you didn't miss this, so that's why I interrupted the tour to immediately have this. Yeah, because the Seeker Dagger would have been pretty pissed if I forgot this time around. I barely remembered in one of the other games that like it was here.
Shannon, how are you leaving all these messages from the Seeker left unread?
Yeah, right. Let's see. So, the ground floor has basket. It's and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is the peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. In addition to the clucking of chickens, you still hear toads croaking. You look into the sort of wicker terrarium that they have, question mark, and it ain't a terrarium at all. It's literally a basket full of toads. Sadly, the toads did not get activated during the fight. But if you would like, you have a box, a very heavy box of toads now. Congrats. There's a sweet smell of pastries blending with the stench of demon farts. The awful odor originated from the barrel that has been overturned. Its greasy residue is now sprayed and exploded on everything. Every surface is just covered in like Ghostbusters slime from the exploding dretches. And you handled the oven thus far. All right. So, does anybody have any? Oh, also here and there, small human bones litter the flagstone floor. That's fun. Do you guys have any business here on the first floor?
I mean, I'd like to like turn out the cabinets and stuff, see if there's any useful ingredients in them.
All right, fair enough. Anna, same question.
Yeah, she's just looking for anything
All right.
useful.
Darius, same question.
I'll leave it to those two. I'll start heading up to the next floor.
Okay, Shane, outside. You are pretty sure that this Wendell guy is from a similar time as Izzy and her allies. This girl explains that she is from the village of Barovia and that her no good parents sold her to Morgantha.
He'll pick up Myrtle, was it?
Mm-hmm.
He'll pick her up and do like the bounce, pat thing, and
Okay. Nice.
It's okay to let it out if you have to cry.
Okay. When you say this, she almost takes it as a challenge to not cry, and she stares at you sternly, but she can't help but tug on some of the flowing locks of your gorgeous hair.
He will smile and, try to maneuver his hair out of her reach, but, he lets her do what she needs to do.
Fair enough. All right. Tiernan and Anna inside. Let's see. The chicken coop contains 3 chickens. You probably couldn't have heard them buck-bawking because... Oh, no, they wouldn't have died from the poison. They've just been really sick. Oh, yeah, it contains 3 chickens and 1 rooster and a few laid eggs. The wicker basket contains hundreds of croaking toads. And inside the cabinet, you find wooden bowls full of herbs and spices, baking ingredients, including flour, sugar, and several gourds of powdered bone. Each of the gourds is labeled with a child's name. Hanging on the inside of the cabinet doors are dozens of locks of hair. Amidst various concoctions are labeled containers holding elixirs. One of them is labeled Youth, and it is in a dirty glass vial containing a golden syrup. The second elixir is labeled Laughter, and it looks like bloody urine in a jar. And then there's another elixir that is kind of a greenish, milky color in an old milk bottle. It is labeled Mother's Milk. There are even more things than that if you want to spend time looking through the cabinet. Is that something that interests you guys?
If it seems like it's all of the same like sorts of things, then that's plenty. But if it's like there's a different section of a different type of thing, I'd look at the different type of thing.
Well, looking through, there does seem to be more of these sort of labeled potions, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust any of them, so I don't
Okay.
need to keep looking at them.
Anna, are you interested in all of the potions, or have you seen enough?
She's seen enough.
Okay. All right. As you guys kind of complete your search of the floor, again, there's innumerable spooky and traumatizing trinkets, strands of children's hair that have been used to create necklaces of children's teeth, um, jars of eyeballs that sort of have almost seem to be watching you as you explore and look around. A basket just full of broken and discarded children's toys, some of them bearing the Blinsky brand. All right. So, as you guys head to the second floor, let's see. I could just actually read them to you, so like we don't have to jump around the map too much.
There's two of them.
Okay. All right. On the second floor, dirt cake windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room, and a stone staircase continues up towards the third floor. There does not seem to be anything of interest here other than random horror trinkets. The third floor seems to be some sort of bedroom with just one very large shared bed. Dancing around a thick wooden gear shaft in the center of this cramped circular room. Okay. Are what appear to be ephemeral ghosts. But you see that it is just laundry that has been hung there to gently spin with the turning of the windmill blades. As you inspect the nightgowns, you see that they are made of the cured flesh of children. Gad. Let's see.
Thanks, am I right?
Yeah. Hey. There is a rotting wooden closet that has been sort of ramshackly assembled. Do you guys want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay. Darius, since you are so big and so strong, when you open this up, it kind of shudders a bit, like all the fighting and everything kind of, ruined what little structural stability it had. Inside are 3 crates stacked on top of one another. You realize that these are used for the confinement and transportation of medium-sized animals, or maybe small humans. You also find a laundry basket full of soiled and discarded children's clothing, as well as the active cage that the 3 children were in. You do not find the remains of the slain girl, but you guys did see Daniel carry a bloody bundle down the stairs and out the front door. All right, there is a ladder that leads to a hatch, which goes to the top of the windmill.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see. Super high perception. As you're getting ready to climb the stairs, your eye catches a glimmer of something shiny from the bed.
All right, I will take a look.
Okay. As you approach and you guys tear open the mattress, you do find 6 pieces of jewelry. hidden inside the mattress. Each is worth 25 gold, or 50 electrum if you have gone native. All right. Heading up into the cramped attic. It is the Windmill's Peak, a dome chamber filled with old machinery. There's not much room to move around, and light slips into this attic through small holes that have been made in the walls. These are the arrow slits that were used tactically during the fight. Your incredible perception finds nothing up here except an old bird's nest.
Old as in it looks abandoned, or old as it looks like it's been there for a while?
Both.
Sure. We'll grab the bird's nest. Make sure there's
Okay,
nothing important in there.
Add a bird's nest to your character sheet. I failed in my prep duties. I was like, no one will take this.
Decoration
So
for the wagon.
what do we?
Oh, I should also mention there were pastries still in the oven.
Oh no, yeah, you did.
Yeah. So if anybody wants some pastries, there are a dozen pastries in the oven, dream pastries. Apparently, Morgantha has just returned from a trip, and so the cart is devoid of any pastries. So the only pastries left are the 12 in the oven, in case you're a pastry enthusiast.
What do we know about how night hags? What do any of us know, I suppose, about how night hags are able to like establish layers like this? Like, is it a long process, or can they just like set up shop somewhere else?
Esmeralda, a monster hunter by trade, explains to you that wherever a powerful monster decides to hunker down, there is a certain amount of time, probably like a week or so, that has to set in before the nature of that powerful monster begins to permeate the site. So it's not like a hag can just, run into a cave and now that cave is their lair. Like, they have to be present for a while for it to sort of take on the properties and the nature of the creature that dwells there.
Okay.
Now, as far as what do you guys know about night hags, I believe you guys have researched these hags quite a few times, asking around and things like that. So you are pretty aware of a lot of their abilities, such as their ability to travel ethereally.
Yeah. I would like to make sure that there's not any open flame in the house, and then I want to start on the bottom floor. I want to start shaking out the bags of sugar and the bag of flour, just the actual flour. And then I want to bring a bunch.
So you're gonna do a deep search of this place.
Well, this is unrelated to searching. And then I want to bring in a shit ton of the firewood.
Oh, you want to burn this place
down? Out, I'm going to throw in a lit torch.
Okay. Is anybody opposed to this?
No.
And I should also ask, does anybody assist with this action? All right, sounds like you're on your...
I think Shane
Darius
would help set up stuff on the outside.
All right. Anna, do you assist with this?
If they give her looks, she will. Otherwise, she'll be supervising outside.
Okay.
Seamlessly resuming her old post.
Right. So, cutting to Daniel, over in the stones. Daniel, when you walk through the ring of stones, you can feel the power of the storm retreat and diminish. But you can feel something else, something calm and right. I don't know what tools you have to dig a grave on you, but lacking any sort of shovel, God forbid, someone not having a shovel, you could find like a flat sort of sharp stone and start the very arduous task of trying to dig a grave for this girl without the
Yep,
proper
he'll,
tools.
he'll dig with whatever is at hand or his bare hands. If that doesn't work, he will build a cairn as best he can.
Shit. Okay. Okay, Daniel, while you're doing this, I need you to give me a wisdom or charisma check, your choice. If this check is below 10, you will get a stress as what you did, even though it wasn't your fault, and what you have caused to happen through your own actions and your viewpoint is starting to kind of wear you down. All right, you were able to compartmentalize and keep going.
Mhm.
All right. Back over here, Vanios Maps, he knows you guys. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows what you guys are fucking planning. There you go. All right. You set the home ablaze.
Hey, Tyranid, let me get something from that death house by the window.
Did we get something from the death house about the windmill?
Yeah.
I think there was. I think they mentioned it in like a journal or something.
There was a picture.
Darius flipped through notebook. I think there was like some documents or something about a windmill. May as well toss.
Oh, the deed.
May as well toss those in.
Oh, you tossed the deed in there too, so nobody could ever quote unquote own the house? Wow. Okay. So man, what a callback. As you take the deed, as you take out the deed that you found in the death house, and you just throw it into the burning building that is the property that the deed owns, you all, even Daniel up on the hill, gain a DM inspiration.
Nice.
And you can feel the power of this place diminish. Almost in response, there's a loud groaning as major structural support beams begin to give way and collapse, and the fire, already well fed on dried dretch matter and flour and sugar and all that, just blazes up even hotter and faster. The flames rising higher and higher. A pillar of black smoke that cannot be ignored rising into the gray skies.
It's okay, Myrtle. This place can't hurt you anymore.
I want to find the others at some point, but I'm not sure how. Not right now, anyway.
They may find us.
It's kind of why I did this.
Alright. So is your goal to light this beacon and see if anyone comes? Or you just want to make sure that wherever the hags are at, they can see it? Because it's likely both of those things are occurring.
I wanted to make sure that they didn't have this particular layer to come back to. And then I wanted to make sure that they knew that this was happening. As to whether they come back or not, I don't know. But...
Okay.
I don't think we need to stick around today.
Yeah, like we'll head over to the stone circle with Daniel.
Alright. Is everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Let's head on over to the map. Let's see. The player dashboard. That's where I want to go. Player maps. All right, let's add some cute kids to your ever-expanding collection of NPCs. So we got Myrtle, and we've got Wendell, Planeswalker, Wendell Bartell. All right.
Future Planeswalker.
Yeah, right. Poor son of a bitch. All right. So what now, y'all?
I think we need to drop these kids off at the gates of Vallaki.
Take them to the orphanage.
Yeah, I heard there's one there.
Okay. Is that the intent? So before you guys do anything else, go drop these kids off at the orphanage.
Yeah, I think we should not be traveling around with children for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Myrtle says, "Is it safe? I just don't want to go back to Barovia. I don't want to see my parents ever again.
And
They
you'll
just
never have
gave
to.
me away."
We'll make sure the people at the orphanage know not to ever let them take you again.
Are the people at the orphanage? Are they kind?
Well,
They are. The matron's strict, but she's a good woman. And the caretaker, I think you'll love her.
let's be honest, it's been a while since we checked on that place.
As true as that is, I don't want to say that in front of this little.
Wendell's
We're not busy being possessed.
Wendell says, "Do they have high speed internet?"
No, you're not gonna find any of that here, kid.
What? What do you mean?
I'm sure there's a yard with a tree you can climb, kid. You'll be fine.
Earlier you mentioned Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this whole world is like.
Oh no. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So you're from Earth, right? Or Earth? I don't know how you guys like to say it.
Earth.
Ooh, can't we just go back there? We can find a mushroom circle, like... Well... They connect things, yeah?
I have no idea, kid. Look, we're searching for a way for people to get back if they want to. Once we've found it, we'll let you know. We'll give you the option.
Okay.
We're not just going to leave you stranded here if we can help it.
Okay.
You'll be back to your fortnight and high-speed internet in no time.
Do you promise? His whole body is shaking. He just
Of course.
needs one glimmer of hope.
Of course, Wendell.
Shane leans over to Izzy. High-speed internet.
Oh, it's a whole thing. I'll tell you about it on the walk. All right.
Those fucking eyes on Anna's portrait.
So, there's a lot of you, and there's a lot of ground left to cover. But it does sound like the next step is to head back. So, you guys... Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Because we had like the gaps with the break and everything. You guys fast traveled here, last I checked. And you arrived here just in time to go, right? You didn't use this as a sanctuary, or you did use it as a sanctuary?
We did use it as a sanctuary.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are rested and can do some traveling today. Excellent. All right,
Yeah.
that's just where I wanted to be at.
Tackled the windmill in the morning.
Nice. Yeah,
Well,
that checks out. That checks out. All right. Okay.
I have a
So,
question about my spinal injury.
Yeah.
Is that like the bone ones where I need to roll for it? It seems like it should be, but it
yeah,
doesn't.
spine is a bone. So here's your 20d6. Batman. Don't worry, just do push-ups in the dark. And you'll be fine. Oh, only 63? That's like the least damaged
Not bad
bone
at
we've had in
all.
the whole campaign. Achievement unlocked, least damaged bone. Alright, so put spinal injury. And let's see. It is a fixed value. Your current progress is 0. And you need to get to 63. That's not too bad. Anybody else got broken bones they need a minigame set up for? No? Alright, sweet. Do you want to short rest before heading out? Or do you just want me to calculate it and you guys hit the road?
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, I'm good at short resting at the Circle of Stones before we leave.
Okay. So the Circle of Stones is a sanctuary, but I am going to roll because it is within sight of a landmark that is possibly attracting a lot of attention. So I will roll, and I will keep that a hidden roll in case something interrupts your short rest. But for now, it's looking like you can go ahead and do the things that you do when you take a short rest. So feel free to activate your short rest. I'm going to head over to the map and let's see, get you guys sorted. All right. You can cut through the woods to get there relatively fast, but it is going to be difficult terrain. So 5e. All right. So total miles in difficult terrain. It's only going to be 5 hours of travel through the woods, so that ain't bad at all. That would just necessitate a single fast travel check. Not bad at all. So, sold? One fast travel check? Or do you want 5 random encounter checks at 15 Ohio?
Yeah, I'm good with the one.
Okay. Because it is a single check, you may nominate the person to make the roll. Survival is always best. You're going through a forest, so it's a DC 14. I'm going to roll for any weather complications. Alright, so a 4 indicates that it's only a +2 to the DC. So it's a DC 16 check. So if you make it, you get a bonus, and if you fail, you get a penalty. 1 check.
All right, I've got a +7 on this.
Okay.
Same.
I know.
So
Okay.
All right. I mean, if I had to go on who rolls better, I mean, I know who I'd choose. But, so.
Yeah.
Shane, you wanna?
what?
Shane, do you want to give us a survival check?
Sure.
DC 16.
All right. This will go well.
It did go well. Well done. All right, give me a D100. A 49. All right, 49. Along the way, you are able to do a little bit of foraging. Go ahead and add 1d6 rations to your inventory. Oh, okay.
Well.
So you literally found some like berry bushes and everybody got them real quick and that was it. That's fine. All right. Hey, I'd rather find some berry bushes than most of the things that you could find in these woods. So good times. All right, you guys arrive 5 hours and 20 minutes later in Vallaki.
Do the
Now, during this trek, does anybody want to talk to Anna about Anna's new appearance and how it may be problematic to the people of Vallaki?
Yes.
Okay.
Who goes first? Because I was going to talk to you too.
All right. Well, let's have a intervention. Let's have a go to God moment here.
Well, I
Yeah,
was gonna. I
roll
was
a d20. We'll see who talks to her first.
I love how afraid you guys are of her cheating.
Are you guys rolling off to see who has to talk to her?
Who has to talk
I'm
to
saying
her?
who's talking to her first.
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Anna, you look like shit.
Damn.
I'm sorry, princess, but you look like shit. We need to fix that.
Wow, Anna, the only person that's ever told you that that you were not beautiful is Mrs. Dirts, who was a jealous old woman. I mean, she really wasn't old, but you know how people in their 20s think anybody that's 30 or over is old. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
He looks at Daniel.
Wait, hold on. Was that in
Says-
character?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm
he
assuming it
also added-
was.
But he also added, "We need to fix that." Offering a hand.
Shane does have soap. He did.
Well, she busts out the whole, what, this old thing? What would you recommend, Daniel?
A bath. A bath. They'll
It's
stare
been-
at her, then he'll stare back to the road.
Well, I would assume with a 22 survival, in addition to getting you guys there and finding a raspberry bush, Shane, you could probably have found like a spring or a brook or some source of water, like a minor source of water.
In which case, I guess I will suggest that. So Anna purchased some soap last time we were. I don't know where the hell I got it, but would you like a bar and maybe freshen up some since your last experience?
Of course. Thank you, Shane.
All right, I will
You're
give
so
up some
thoughtful.
soap.
And Anna will do her best to freshen up.
Okay. So you clean yourself, and do you go off someplace slightly private? Do you guys give Anna some privacy here, kind of deal?
Oh yeah, I'm not watching
Okay.
Zombie Bath.
Okay. Does anyone offer to help Anna, or does Anna accept help from anyone?
If it was from Izzy or Zaluka, yes. Anyone else, no.
Before Anna goes off, Darius will kind of go up to her and be like, "Good to have you back." He'll just give her a hug.
She gives Darius a hug back, like she's done so many times. And she says, "We have much to discuss, but not now."
Yeah, go get freshened up. We'll talk later.
And she goes off and does her thing.
Okay. Zaluka watches her go and says, "Is this woman important to you?"
She was with us before we, well, she was with us for quite some time. Unfortunately, we ran into some trouble trying to find a cure for werewolfism.
Mhm. I do not smell the curse on her. In fact, I smell only death. This woman is a revenant and is not a living person anymore. I hope you're aware of that. It does not change things for me. An ally is an ally.
Keenly aware.
Esmeralda says, "It may come as a surprise to you, but I do not have a problem with her either. In fact, I think she could be just what we need to go meet with the paladins of Argynvostholt. Revenant to Revenant. Perhaps there will be a kinship there that might give us an in. Plus, you do have that holy symbol, and, Paladins like holy symbols quite a bit.
You mentioned that place before. Will we be able to find something on the castle in there? I think we learned that the heart of it is made by whatever dragon used to live there.
I am confident that anyone who is alive as long as these revenants, if there is a way to reach their minds, they would know things that could help us. He was their greatest enemy.
Then he probably kept tabs on him and his castle, so sounds good to me.
So, Anna, what level of self-delusion would you like to set your life to?
I don't know, Crash. Let's just continue the pattern the way
Okay.
it's been.
All right, so Anna, none of your servants or wards were comfortable looking upon your beautiful body, probably because it's dirty. You'll fix that by cleaning it up. The first thing you do is you take off your resplendent golden crown with its platinum filigree and its many gemstones. You see that there is a smudge on it, and you clean it reverently, and then you set it on some moss near the brook. You then disrobe, and your beautiful body that is in no way have gaping holes or missing parts, and you begin to clean yourself. You remember your life and how infrequently you were able to make time for yourself to bathe yourself. You must have bathed the children 3 or 4 times as much as you were ever allowed to bathe yourself. These outsiders are obsessed with bathing to an unhealthy degree, you think, but if it makes things easier for them, it's the least you could do. The audience watching, Anna's body is riddled with wounds and injuries that are not healing. Instead, they are a bit festered and atrophied, and necrosis is setting in. There is a part of her lower abdomen where it looks like a wolf got a hold of the skin and tore, and it sags hideously. The stomach lining beneath the muscle tissue glistening as the brook water is washed over it. In Anna's view, though, this is a fit body. It's doing what it has to do. All right. With your task complete, you reverently grab the crown and place it back upon your head. The weight of it reminds you of the weight of the burden that you carry. And it is a pleasant and purposeful feeling. All
Shall
right.
we turn to the group?
Okay. So, while she's off doing that, you guys are having discussions. We could wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey sort it out, unless you guys had anything else you wanted to discuss before the party rejoins.
I imagine we have some fresh clothes in the cart for her. There's got to be, right?
I mean, I don't know. Is it listed on the cart? Hashtag Pathfinder GM now?
I mean, she probably has her old cold weather clothes on there.
There was, my old stuff was on there when I got re-geared up. I just threw it back on her character sheet.
Okay. All right. So, you guys head off the rest of the way towards Vallaki. All right. There's definitely a smell to her, but everything in Barovia smells. Even after she's cleaned herself, there's definitely the smell of death and decay lingering around her. Anyone that gets close enough to her, you're pretty sure they would be able to puzzle out that something ain't right. But considering everything that's happened to Vallaki recently, they're probably just going to not want to engage, and they're not going to make a big deal about it. They have been browbeat by evil pretty hard. So, it's essentially you guys have met the town halfway by at least trying to make her more presentable. All right. So I think I found a new track for this town. Let me go grab it. Bardify finally got around to making Vallaki. They even used the thumbnail that we used for Vallaki as their thumbnail for this fine track we're about to listen to, called "A City in Sorrow." All right. So here you are, back in Vallaki. As you approach the gates, you see that because it's daytime and the city is under the rule of the Walkner woman, the gates are wide open. You didn't really encounter too much traffic on the road, however. So whatever dreams of the town becoming a bustling metropolis as soon as the gates were reopened has not occurred just yet. The two guards at the gate, they give you a cautious bro nod, but they don't even engage. Such is the size and intensity of your group. Okay. Vallaki business. Commerce is back open. You can purchase basically anything from the PHB besides, weird shit like elephants and potions. Just, spend the money and grab it. So any sort of basic equipment is going to be available. All right. Does anybody need to purchase any equipment while they're here? Are you good?
Yes, because
Okay.
all my stuff is way up north.
Okay. You could also offload those gems as well.
I think we
Okay.
have 90 gold from Krezik, or 90 gold worth of silver, whatever they gave us. And so I think she would ask if she could use some of that to purchase some camping supplies and utility things she's going to need.
Well, if you sell that 300 Electrum jewelry, then you'll have plenty.
Okay. I'm not going to spend that much, obviously, but
Okay.
as long as if you guys are giving me free reign, then I will buy stuff.
Do you need to? Is anybody picking up any weapons or armor?
No, not really.
Anna, would you need any weapons or armor?
Believe it or not, Darius grabbed my sword and my body when I died, so it was all there.
Okay, cool. All right. So does anyone go with Anna to do Anna's shopping? I would say Irenia would volunteer to go with Anna. So Luca is very curious about shopping and would like to go as well. Do you feel that
with Irenia going, Tiernan will go also.
Oh, okay.
With Irenia going, Darius will stay back.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Izzy has explained to you, Shane, about the internet. For more info, you could listen to the song "Welcome to the Internet." It's a fascinating and terrifying prospect. This internet, this high-speed internet stuff. It sounds like sci-fi. Doesn't even sound real.
So
Yeah.
people can just jump on their Commodore 64 and talk to somebody else on the other end of the world.
Oh yeah, she says, "Oh, we're way past that." So, and I mean, it was 5 hours, right? So she spent 5 hours explaining to you about how modern information age is working. Facebook, the TikToks, the rise and fall of Vine, which she's still very sad about. Walking you through the whole process.
I don't understand why there would need to be Friendster, then MySpace, then Facebook. Why not just stick with one of them?
Oh, she says, well, it's real hard to get, to become, you know about music, right? Right? Like,
Yes,
what?
the
Yeah,
best music.
Well, one-hit wonders versus the bands that last, right? No one knows why some things stick and some things just burn out.
But like, TikTok famous isn't really famous.
I mean, it's pretty famous. But like, yeah, it's not nowadays. There's not really the famous like there used to be. Like, there's not a lot of Tom Cruises anymore. Yeah, like Tom Cruise, he's like a he's like a world leader for celebrity status. But most of them are all aging out, and we're not really replacing them because like the world's so big and it moves so fast, and it's really hard to like stick into culture and stay there. Is that? I mean, maybe Lady Gaga, and then she just keeps going on, just giving you this whole like dump.
He
of
interrupts and he
nonsense.
goes, "It seems like the attention spans have shortened
Oh
since
yeah.
my time."
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. So Wendell is also an expert in this subject, and so you are also getting the Wendell Bartel School of Internet. So between the two of them, you give me an intelligence check. On a 15 or higher, Shane Masters is now basic proficiency internet.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's a lot. They talked about a lot of things. You're not sure how much of it is true, but the fact that the kid and doesn't know anyone else and is agreeing with everything, you're pretty sure that it is true. But man, it's a lot of bullshit.
I just don't see
Yeah.
how people could want to play this WoW game for so long. It seems horrible.
She explains how slot machine mechanics create dopamine in the human brain, and that WoW is just an elaborate slot machine. Et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, yeah.
He'll ask one like, "So tell me again the difference between Pokemon and Digimon," and they'll just
Oh my god. Yeah. It's a long fucking road. All right, so Headmistress Claudio Belasco is there as you guys bring the children. Wendell takes one look at her and says, "Ah, no." She says to all of you, "Well, what exactly is going on here? You bringing me children? You're supposed to be adopting."
We rescued these two. They need a place. Thought this was best.
Well, yes, it is best. I hope. And she gives them all. She sniffs them all down. They smell like drugs. And she pulls you aside. I don't know, Shane, and she says, "What is the meaning of this? You might not know this, but your allies served drugs to my children, and now you bring children that smell like drugs. Are you up to no good again?"
I'm sorry. Did we assume we sold the jewelry before we all split up, or did that?
I would assume that the jewelry was given to team shopping so that they could,
Okay.
haggle and exchange it for goods and all that kind of stuff.
All right. I'll look to Daniel and also to Darius and say, "Do you have any money?"
Daniel will shake his head like, they don't give me money.
Damn.
He will turn to Claudia and say, "All I have is 5 Electrum." But
He says, "Keep your money. I just want to know, what happened to these children?"
the old windmill down the road, the women running it were, and he tries to make sure like Wendell and Myrtle
I
can hear.
have heard the stories.
The rumors are true. They were kidnapping children and killing and baking them and selling meat pies.
I have gone to the Lady Wagner, and I have complained to her about this. I saw that woman selling those pastries the other day.
The windmill is no more. And the coven
She whispers conspiratorially to you, "The Baron would never have allowed such things."
I'm sure that Lady Wagner is doing all she can. Because remember, he actually kind of liked her and her son. So perhaps she just has a lot on her plate, having taken over recently.
I will take these children, but you go and tell the Lady Wagner the real nature of these women.
Of course. And he will try to charm Lady Belasco and take her hand and give it a kiss. And,
Oh, damn. You have a feature for this? Is like a gunslinger thing?
Unfortunately, I do not. It is literally
Oh.
just his 7 charisma. But,
Oh, this is just a persuasion check. Okay,
yeah.
let's see that persuasion check.
All right.
This is a hard woman. It's going to be at least a 15 to Oh my goodness. So
Pretty bad. Oh yeah.
he snatches her hand away and says, "Don't you get fresh with me, and you stay away from Theodora. She's grieving, and she does not need your nonsense. Come inside, children. You'll meet the others." And she grabs both of them and just drags them into the house. Wendell looks back at you one last time. Maybe the last time. But honestly, this is for the best. And he knows it, so.
Is Theodora here or
Yes, she's working. Do you want me to send her out?
just for a minute?
All right.
Shane will hold his hands up and back away. Like, I ain't talking
All
to
right.
you, don't worry.
Okay, let's see. Theodora comes out of the establishment, and she says, "Well, there you are. What can I do for you? What do you need?"
Heard you were in grieving. How are you holding up?
"I think we're all grieving after what happened that night. It wasn't too long ago, was it?"
Wanted to let you know. I'm pretty sure we know who did it, and when we find them, we'll take their heads. They got a lot to answer for. Just wanted to let you know that.
Her jaw tightens and her eyeballs glisten. And she says, "They led him astray. There's no way. There's no way he would have done those things. My Milovash, he weren't the kind of fella to do that stuff." And now, anyone who knows, they're thinking him a traitor. A collaborator with dark powers. She looks at your just scarred face, your missing limbs, and whatever words she was going to say that just die on her lips. And she says, "You understand. You understand too well, probably. Your words, they mean a lot to me. Even if you can't make it happen. So thank you for that." And this is when you notice, Darius, that Theodora is pregnant. And Shane, and Daniel, and Izzy, the vibe is definitely different, and you kind of notice as she kind of shifts to kind of talk to Darius that, yeah, this lady's a couple months pregnant. Like, enough that she didn't show when you guys first met her, but now it's been over a month, and yeah, it's pretty obvious. So that could probably be adding to the grief factor.
Yeah.
We'll let you get back to work, but just wanted to let you know.
He heads back inside.
Wow.
Well,
Dang, bro, what was that about?
Vallaki was attacked by the Cold Shoulders a couple weeks back. So, at some point, we're gonna run into them. At some point, we're gonna turn them into fucking dust.
They can get in line.
Though there's another vampire here that probably should be probably want to regroup with the others first before we start doing anything.
Okay. Over in the market area, the Aerosix stockyard and whatnot, you are able to buy the mundanities that you require at cost.
I'm good.
Okay. Tiernan. Who's got the money over here? Who's holding the money? Anna, do you have the money?
If no one says anything, then yes, she does.
Okay.
Yeah,
Irenia
work.
asks if you could, if she could buy a shield.
Of course.
Okay.
She gives her the money for it.
With her new wisdom, she is realizing that armor class good. Okay. She says, "Can I also buy some armor?"
Like what kind?
I'm thinking like studded leather.
You should check the wagon, dear.
Oh, there's already some there?
There's actually a shield in there too. Wow, I don't even have to spend the money for it.
Okay. Sweet. Then I will remove that from your cart. We're dealing with a la carte right now. That's the current cart.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it'd be weird to make death cards for them, you know, when they don't make it. Let's see. So we'll delete that. Cool. And then you said there's some studded leather. There is. Wow. Man, I should have all the NPCs shop off this cart. Oh shit. What else you got here? Oh man, some
You've
good
been
stuff
collecting
here.
a lot of stuff. When
Yeah, right? Dang, there's a lot of good stuff here. Okay, okay. All right, sweet. So now Irene has a 17 armor class. Cool. I don't know how much that matters at this level of play, but it'll at least keep you safe against the yard trash kid. So there you go.
As the orphanage group is catching up with the shopping group, does Vallaki have any? This is gonna come out wrong, but any working people? You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Shane would want to stop at one of the maybe a comely lass and say, "I'm gonna lecture him for 2 minutes of your time."
All right. The person says, "Only 2 minutes. I'll be counting in my head."
You don't even need to leave your post.
Oh.
Tell me, Karl Wachter, you know of him, yes?
Oh, everyone knows of Karl Wachter. His appetites are insatiable.
Can you tell me truthfully how he is? How is he holding up?
How he is as a person?
As somebody healing. Does he
Healing?
seem in good spirits?
He is a bastard son of a bitch. He is a cruel and terrible man. He treats the girls terribly and bullies the men.
That can't be right. That's not the Karl I know.
She has a sad smile on her face, and she says, "Honey, you can always see the real man behind closed doors. How he treats dogs, children, and those in his power. That shows you the real man."
And we are talking of the same. And he'll describe physically how he looks and, son of Lady
He
Wachter.
says, "Yes, the son of Lady Wagner. I'm risking much saying this. You are not going to report me to him, are you?"
No, of course not. We never had this discussion. It's not the man I know.
The only emotion that Karl Wagner is capable of is cruelty. And she spits a wad onto the muddy, wet cobblestones.
I am sorry for your troubles. Thank you for your time.
Mm.
And he'll rejoin the group.
Yeah, she tucks away the election piece as you leave. Okay. All right, so we'll assume that dropping off the kids and shopping took about an hour. What now?
Is Blinsky's shop in the same area as the marketplace?
No, it is actually closer to the church.
Oh, okay, never mind that. That will be later.
I mean, I could take you to a map of the town if that it would be easier. You guys want to be on the map of the town?
I think I probably would rather regroup with the party first before.
Okay.
doing other stuff.
Where do you guys want to regroup? Do you head to the Blue Water Inn, the only remaining inn in town, or?
I feel like
It's a
that's the only
central
place
place.
we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I will assume then that you all head there. Since rejoining the party, Lair seems more quiet than ever, and he just sort of lurks in Esmeralda's shadow. The two of them constantly watching all of you like wardens.
Yeah, that tracks.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right, Blue Water Inn. Roleplay scene. All right. I feel like I never swap out the people that are here. They're like regulars on Cheers or some shit, but that's okay. Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I definitely got to clean this map before we go over. We don't want any sad feels. We don't want any sad feels here. All right. Okay. I'll bring you guys over. Okay. And I guess we'll play some more upbeat music here. So let's see. Got to be a couple of nice places left in the town. All right. So as you guys hear the bell jingle above the door, and you roll up in here, Brad Mardikoff finishes pouring a beer and slicing the foam off said beer, placing the beer down. He looks over, and he hops the counter like a Dukes of Hazzard kid, and then like drops down, and he strides right towards Tiernan.
Tiernan Predator handshakes him and says, "Brom, you son of a Danica."
You see Danica raise an eyebrow. And Bram says, Tiernan, you have returned. Tell me of your adventures. Also, if you have something dead, you should leave in the stables.
Yeah. I take the beer that Brom had before Brom tries to drink it, and then I take him over to a table and start regaling him with our story.
All right. Danica approaches your party and says, you have returned. What brings you back to us? What news do you have of the world beyond the walls of Vallaki? Good for once?
I don't know if you can see a windmill from out here, but it's currently burning,
Interesting.
or it's been burned.
So we should not have to endure the peddling of that heinous woman anymore.
Well, her and one of her daughters escaped, so we tracked them down. So
Escaped from a party this large?
they
That
weren't-
seems impossible.
They weren't
Did they
harmed.
fly away?
You ever heard of hags?
She's gonna roll a check real quick. Go. She says, I know of hags. Fey creatures that look vaguely like women. They can disguise themselves, and they are full of evil, except of course for Jenny.
Well, that's what those three at the windmill were.
It makes a lot of sense to think that the hag is peddling her wares and stealing children from desperate people right under our noses. and that the Wagner woman would allow such a thing.
Took out one of them, the other two got away.
You said as much, so we do still have to keep an eye out for them?
They may turn their sights on us instead, since they decide to burn their place. But
I see.
Probably keep an eye out.
You make many enemies. And then come here, hoping for a place to stay? And her face grows a bit stern.
I don't think we're staying longer, but just resting a bit.
Okay. She doesn't untense, but she does kind of flick her eyes over to Brahm, who is letting out a deep, throaty chuckle at whatever Tiernan mentioned about their recent adventures. And she looks at all of you, and she says, you have done much for our family. And you endeavor still... Wait, Anna?
Hello, Danica.
She has a look on her face. Anna, she's looking on her face is like, oh my god, the queen has returned. Thank goodness. Everyone else, Danica looks at Anna like, what the fuck now? Is the kind of look on her face. And she says, what I was trying to say is, we could never turn you away. If you needed a place, we would allow it. And then she kind of like looks back slightly at her husband, but she says, but I will tell you that I have a family here. That means everything to me. And if you think that you have garnered enemies that would seek you out, even here in the heart of Vallaki, I ask that you not put my family at risk like that. I know it is selfish, but so be it.
Makes sense.
Now, I will bring you all out some stew. Alright. So what now, y'all?
Doesn't have to be roleplay. Darius just goes over
Uh-huh.
to Erwin and just
okay.
kind of informs him of the stuff that was going in Kresik.
A raven hops down from the rafters and listens very intently, like it understands every word you're saying.
The part I was telling Brahm that he started laughing at was when Daniel was being intentionally vague at the gates of Vallaki and got shot.
Nice. Okay. All right. Upstairs, you do see that Bray Mardikoff is watching Rictavio play his instrument, and you can see that he has his own instrument now, his own lute, and he is sort of copying what Rictavio is doing and seems to be sort of learning from him as he plays.
Anna approaches Rictavio.
Okay. Rictavio's nose crinkles up, and because he has a very good perception, and as he looks up at you, he says, his breath kind of catches in his throat, a common effect when you're as beautiful as you are, Anna. And then he says, my lady, what can I do for you? Is there a request you might have?
I have 2 requests for you, Rictavio. Number 1, I enjoyed that song that you played long ago. What was it called? Wonderwall?
Yes, of course.
If you could play that again for me. And then I have an idea that I'd like to discuss with you. And she says, I've been thinking of a little tune myself, but I'd like to run it by you. Could we do that?
Certainly.
Okay. And I will send you what she talks to Rictavio about.
Okay. All right. So, with Anna off talking to Rictavio, Darius talking to Erwin, Tiernan talking to Brahm, Shane, and Daniel, you have the run of the mill over, or run of the roost with all these NPCs. Is there anything you want to discuss with them when it's
Shane
just
will
the two of
grab
you?
Daniel by the collar and gently encourage him to sit down with him. You're drinking with me tonight.
Sure. He looks kind of unsure at that prospect, but he'll sit down.
And
What's on
Shane
your
will
mind, brah?
motion for a few beers if they have it, if not watered down wine or whatever. Somebody who I thought was, I don't want to talk about it. It's fine. Let's just drink.
Okay. So you guys start drinking early at not even 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, he's day drinking.
This is my Magfest apparently. Prophecy. Nice. Okay.
Yep. Daniel will drink one, but then pretend to drink. It's early.
I'm going to see if Shane will pick up on that and.
All right, sure. I will go against your passive perception of 17. So go ahead and give me a sleight of hand, Daniel.
All right.
It feels like he's drinking a little slow, but boy is drinking.
Just kind of working with it all afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to nurse it, fine, but don't expect me to slow down.
Okay.
What the fuck song is this?
Izzy says it's Wonderwall. Apparently it's multi-dimensional.
I suppose I could drink till I like it.
Well, at least it's not Nickelback, she says, putting her hand on the back of your hand and giving it a pat.
No, Shane doesn't know who Nickelback is.
And she says, or, I guess, the modern equivalent of Nickelback, Imagine Dragons.
If you have anything bad to say about Kenny Loggins, we're going to have words.
No, Kenny's great. All right, so Luca looks up at Rictavio, who is kind of off to the side talking to Anna, and says, that is a very beautiful man. Why did you not recruit that one?
Good question.
Yeah, Esmeralda makes a huh kind of thought as she looks up at him and says, now that I think about it, I don't think I wanted the temptation, you know? No offense, liar. Yeah. So, everyone finishes their discussions that they need to discuss, informs informants, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to read this secret message real quick, if you guys want to roleplay amongst yourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna need more beer.
Wonderwall's universal.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, sure. He will do that. You can mark off the money.
All right, he is a brave soul. Wow.
He's dying from boredom. So, if you believe his backstory, he was an adventuring bard who, sole survivor of his group. So, yeah. Okay. What now, y'all? What now?
Oh, I guess when I was talking with Erwin, would he have had any news on Lucian? Father Lucian?
Oh, so from what he understands, Father Lucian has been only feeding on the elderly and the infirm. But the birds have confirmed that he is in fact a vampire spawn, sired by Strahd von Zarb. But he still administers to the flock, he still performs all the stuff, but anyone who is in tune with such things, aka like training in religion, the church is no longer hallowed ground. It is in fact unhallowed ground, and the words of the good book ring hollow in its dark, cold halls.
So he's still preaching, but it's not.
Oh,
like
yeah.
giving any comfort.
Correct. It's like a mockery almost that he's still going through all the stuff. But the people that come, they claim that the wine used for the ceremonies tastes like actual blood, and that they gain no comfort from visiting the cathedral, only increased worry and dread. And all of his sermons lately have been the spookiest shit. Anybody that used to go to church, you know what I'm talking about. You get one of them priests that's only obsessed with like the edgelord shit. So yeah, it's all like,
then it's all eternal damnation.
right, yeah. We've gone from like the light will return to you made the light go away. That's kind of where, yeah. Like why would the Morning Lord ever return to such a dark and desolate place? You have not shown him cause to return. You have not shown the worth that deserves his light, etc., etc.
Oh
So
yeah, how long till we get to indulgences?
Listen, I think Diablo 4 showed us all. If you want real good gothic horror, throw Catholicism in there, very thinly disguised. Very thinly disguised. All right.
He'll pass that.
What now?
That news along to everyone else.
Okay.
Don't know if that's something we can do at some point, but it's there.
All right. Esmeralda says, a vampire spawn who is only killing the elderly and the infirm. It does show that either he is following the commands of the Dark Lords to be more temperate and measured, or he has retained some small semblance of the man he used to be.
If he's one of his spawns, would taking him out trigger Dark Lord?
She shrugs. She says, I do not know. I think that killing the community's priest would probably trigger the community's leader. Especially if that community priest is of a like mind and service to the community leader.
She still hasn't fulfilled. I guess put that on the board for later. So next task, should we go to the Arden Boss Halt? Try and get some info on Castle? Or we try and make any other moves?
I think that sounds lovely, Darius.
Okay. I assume that you don't want to head out until tomorrow?
Yeah, may as well take a rest
Right.
here. It's already afternoon.
Oh yeah, it's like for almost 4:20. It's almost 4:20. Let's see. Oh man, we haven't used the town map in so long. You were all babies back then, little babies. Oh man. Anyways, I will calculate your route while you guys discuss possible Argon Vostalt strats. And I guess I'll have to get Argon Vostalt out of storage. So let me do that.
First question: has anybody updated Anna on what you've done since she's been away?
She could have joined the table with Brahm and Tiernan as he
There
told
you
in
go.
and everything.
I guess
Sure.
you'd be upstairs arranging your thing, but after that, yeah, you could catch like the tail end, I guess. That'd be, yeah. But also, you're on a 5.5 hour hike, so I'm
Oh,
assuming.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm assuming during that time they would have filled you
Yeah.
in
Is
too
there anything
fast.
you haven't told her?
That's a much better question.
Tyrion hasn't told her that he can tell that she's super fucking evil now.
Okay, fair. Let's
Darius
see.
would have asked you how you felt about the Dark Lord. Because the last conversation they had, we were both on Team Strahd. So he wants to know if you're still on that team.
She says that he would make an excellent consort.
Okay. Interesting.
Does not elaborate at all.
If there's some weird stuttering, it's because I'm importing a shitload of maps. So
What I'm curious about is
Yeah.
if you guys are telling her about what happened to Daniel, what happened to Darius, what happened to Mackenzie, and I don't think anything else weird has happened to anybody else. Maybe Irenia.
If you ask about Mac, I would say that we should have a private conversation about Mac. No.
I understand. She gives you a knowing look.
Just imagine you two going off and sharing a meal.
Does Anna need to eat?
She can have the meat.
no.
I'll take the bones.
Anna does not require food or drink.
Do I need to breathe?
Only because you think you do.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Let's see. Argivos, let's right down the street. All right.
Like
Long.
With crashes and stuff. Have that conversation.
Do you guys take the road all the way to Argivos, or do you cut through the woods?
Oh, there's a road that
Probably
goes
road.
All right, road all the way there. Okay. That'll keep the DC lower. All right. Oh, Shane, I think you'd hear this one while you're drinking. I think you'd hear this little number. That came out while you were still on the Earth, right?
Left in 85.
Oh wow. Well, this was 71. So
Oh yeah.
It doesn't know
Yeah,
Stairway
yeah.
to Heaven. Come on.
let's see. Not traveling through the woods. Traveling normal. All right, it'd be 7 hours plus you're crossing Luna River Crossroads, so there'd be a bonus check. It's a little over that. If you did take the shortcut through the woods, let me see if that would speed up your journey any. Let's see, 9. All right, so that would be 11 miles of road and 2 miles of woods. It would be faster to cut through the woods. It would be 5 hours instead of 7.5 hours. But it would up the DC of the checks. So would you prefer to just do the longer route with the lower DC? But the lower DC would necessitate more checks, I guess.
Will we be arriving there, what, like nighttime?
Well, actually, it's not far enough to necessitate more than one check. So yeah, you would just be rolling one check.
But it would take a little longer.
But you would have a little bit more travel juice in the tank when you got there if you went through the woods. So it'd be a higher DC by 4, but you would have more juice in the tank in case you needed to travel some more. Otherwise, you're going to be unable to do any more traveling without pushing yourselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's the real benefit. So it'd be base DC 14 if you did the woods, but you'd have 3 more hours of travel time when you got there versus a DC 10 base, and you'd have no travel time left when you got there.
Yeah, Tyrion wants to do the road, but he won't fight against him in the woods. If that's
Okay. Do a poll real quick.
Road.
Oh, never mind. That's 3 for roads. All right, we're doing roads.
And at some point during the night, Tiernan will want to talk to Irenia and ask about how the stone feels and things like that.
Yeah, sure. All right. Let's see. She informs you that now that she has bonded with the stone or invested some of herself into the stone, it has given her a +1 to her strength, no limit. She now has access to bonfire and mold earth cantrips with a static DC of 15. She can cast a level 4 fire shield, warm version only, once per day, DC static 15, and has advantage to saving throws against fear effects. So that is what the Heart of Summer does.
Nice. I think it's fitting for
she
you
would
to be the one that
she as an NPC could be convinced to hand the stone over to someone, but the stone being attuned to her has made her wary of who she gives it to. She would only willingly give it to someone that she feels is aligned with the Fanes and the restoration of the land. Which is kind of gives you, I think, Tiernan a bit of insight as to what's probably going on with Esmeralda and the stone she carries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually is very reassuring to me.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to carouse this evening?
Yeah, me and my spinal injury are gonna say no.
Girl, let's get crazy. And by crazy, I mean put a lot of pillows behind my back and hold my hand while I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Where we
I've been trying to suppress this while I'm talking to Brahm, but
Fair.
we are sleeping at the Blue Water, right?
Unless Mommy Danica was able to Catholic guilt you guys into not staying there. She said she would not turn you away, but to please think of your enemies and collateral damage, essentially, when you make your decisions.
So take it outside.
I mean, her husband would be mortified if he found out that she told you guys that you shouldn't stay there after you saved his family and everything else like that. This is just a woman whose children mean everything.
Shane is gonna look at Daniel and Darius and try to call them over. They'll come over to him.
So,
Does Darius go over at all?
He looks at him. Walk over.
Okay. Progress. All right.
Do you still want to find out about the Wagner woman?
what are we finding out?
I want to visit my friend. And Shane's a little drunk. I thought maybe I shouldn't go alone.
Oh, damn.
Because if you're going to do something alone, always bring another party member so you're not hogging attention.
Well, don't worry. If this is later in the day, maybe you don't have to go anywhere, buddy. There's not a lot of places to drink in this town.
Oh, yeah. Like, after talking, like, if he comes in, he was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, I would say that would be perfect timing. So during this conversation, where you're bringing this up, you hear the jingle of the door, and in walks Carl Wagner, and he has two ladies, one under each arm. And he looks around and motions to the bar and a table. Irwin just has a stern look on his face, but nods. And then Carl looks to around and sees you, Shane, and his eyes alight with joy. The two ladies that he is with slink over to the table, just trying not to be noticed.
Oh, perfect. Darius walks over.
All right.
yeah. Shane doesn't want this either. He's like, oh, I'm good.
I would also assume at this point, Tiernan, maybe you and Irenia are like taking care of your spine. She's stealing pillows from all the other rooms, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, you all try to go to sleep later, and there are no pillows.
Yeah. Brahm is sneaking you all of the family's pillows and blankets. It's a whole thing. All right. So yeah, he walks up to you, Shane, and he says, "What does it say? Hold on." Okay. He says, "Oh hey, Shane, it's been a while."
It has. And this is, Shane's only friend, and they departed on bad words, and Shane is drunk. So he is going to just give him a huge hug,
Okay.
welcome or not. And maybe it probably lasts a second or two too long to where it's a little awkward, probably now.
Yeah, what's interesting though is you would assume that this toxically masculine man-child Carl Walkner would be like, "Whoa, bro, public display of affection, hugging too long." But as you hug him, he just hugs you back, and you just you hear a very subtle like sniff, like he's not smelling you, but he's like snuffling in some tears that he doesn't want anyone to see.
It's been too long. Last time we talked, we shared some words in anger, and I regret that ever since. Every time I pass by Vallaki, I ask about you to make sure you're okay.
It's all right. I mean, you just wanted more from me than I was willing to give, which, taken out of context, is kind of a funny scene. Yeah. He says, "We just want different things out of life, Shane. We're pursuing different things. I have my responsibilities here, and you have adventure."
No, but we're both trying to make the world a better place, just each in our own way. I get that.
He looks a little thoughtful. It occurs to him that he's never ever thought about making the world a better place for anyone except Carl Walkner. Daniel, with your very good wisdom score, even without training in insight, you get the sense that Carl Walkner's never thought about making the world better for anyone but himself. This entire life.
Yeah, Shane needs to learn that for himself.
Okay. He whispers to you, Shane, and he says, "Wow, you really travel with some fine women. You want to introduce me to your friends?"
Of course. But this one is be wary, or you might lose a few fingers. And he kind of smiles.
Oh, a biter.
Esmeralda.
Carl, like. She looks at it. He looks at her, and she looks at him, and she said, "We've met before. You tried to grab my bottom, and I kneed you so hard in the testicles you passed out." And he says, "All right, nice to see you again." And he looks at you like, "Well, Shane, keep going."
The redhead you saw is taken. The one with the white hair, she definitely is a biter. And he makes like a rawr.
Okay.
And Anna is.
And he looks at Anna, and Anna, as he looks at you, it's the same with all men. He's just enamored with your beauty. He looks at Anna, and he cocks his head, and he says, "I know you. You come around to talk to my mom sometimes."
One and the same. How are you?
"There's something different about you, madam." He reaches for your hand to give it a kiss.
She offers it to him.
Okay. Shane, your stomach kind of turns a little bit, because you're pretty sure you saw a maggot squirming beneath the skin of her hand. And the camera cuts to a close-up of Carl Walkner's moist lips, as they are about to press down on the squirming skin of Anna's hand. And then they do.
How much of a friend are you, Shane? Oh.
Absolutely none, apparently.
No, Shane will, I guess it's about to happen, he'll just gently cover Anna's hand and say, "Carl, you know these adventuring types that have been around, And he'll kind of give Carl the raised eyebrow.
He looks at you like, "How dare you cock block, bro?" And Carl Walkner says, Shane, if you and this goddess are in a relationship, I understand. Hands off, but I was just being polite. And might I say, madam, there is a fragrance about you, the likes of which I very rarely encounter. Is that soap?
It is indeed.
Truly, are you a noble?
Newly landed.
Interesting. Through marriage, I hope not. And he holds his heart like, please don't break it.
So Anna knows about this guy because there's been some encounters in the past
Oh, yeah.
that she remembers.
Also, Izzy hates this guy and talks
Right.
shit whatever Shane's not around to anybody that would listen. So.
But
How's
Shane
your-
loves this guy.
She looks at Shane with a glance and then looks right at, this is Carl, right? Says, how's your brother, Carl?
Oh, damn. Carl's face contorts in pain, and he says, had you forgotten?
Shane
My-
gives just the biggest, like, how dare you look to Anna, and he'll pull Carl away, and don't worry, she's been away for a while. Let's here, and he'll give him Daniel's beer that he didn't drink.
Well, I came with some ladies. Ladies, there you are. It's been very nice catching up, Shane.
No,
And he heads over to them.
but
Ladies! And the one, she turns her cheek away from him when he tries to kiss her, just like the miniature art displays. And he just laughs it off and starts pouring drinks for everybody.
Shane sits by himself and starts drinking again.
Shane, we should talk about him later, when you have time.
I have all the time in the world now.
There's
She
a
will
ding. There's a ding-a-ling at the door, and a guard walks in and says, "Oi, is the Walking Dead here? I know the hour's late, but Lady Walkner got word you're in town. She demands an audience, either this evening or before noon on the morrow."
We will
She
be there
will-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
They are tired.
Hmm.
Tell Lady Fiona that Anna says hello.
I will, but Anna
And
says
Shane
hello.
Masters.
What? Shane Masters. Hold on. He takes out a bit of parchment, starts writing it down.
And the
He
best
looks up.
friend of her son. I think she knows who I am.
What was the name again? Wayne?
Shane.
Oh, it's a lot of A's. All right, you see him put 7 A's, and then he says, "Got it, Markov. Sorry, no custom tonight." And he heads out. All right. So, I guess on that note, I will return to my earlier question. Does anybody carouse tonight?
Oh,
No,
carouse.
doesn't-
Oh man, I'm so tempted.
Oh, Darius is gonna carouse? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I have a feature street smart, so.
What does that do? Oh, it literally has to do with carousing. Okay. They all count as light activity. Once you have caroused the zone for 8 hours or more, you know all public locations in the city as you were born and raised there. Have you
Also-
used this in Vallaki before?
I have. But
Yeah,
I think
okay.
he said that
Oh,
we
but
need
you
to-
wanna-
we need to do
you
this
wanna-
multiple times. So
You need to update your. You got to update your GPS.
Yeah.
Essentially. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. Going once. Going twice. It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah. Shane will do it. 'Cause
Oh,
he's
dang.
deep in his cups and is depressed.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Go ahead and give me a D223.
223.
223. But like,
That's not
roll the die though. But like, roll the die.
Is that
So.
too good?
Oh.
Yeah, it was actually. That's a good result. That's a good result.
72.
72. I don't know if that's a good result. I will check both and then compare and contrast. Let me see. 72.
How you roll a 223 and get a 2?
Alright. Darius, go ahead and give me a D6.
6.
Okay.
Who'd you kill now?
Alright, so,
I killed
Shane.
the other Wagner boy.
Shane, you're not sure what you got up to last night exactly. However, if you as the player consents, there are two interested parties who might have tried to hook up with you within the party. It would be Zulika or Esmeralda might have accepted your drunken advances, because, you know, life's hard, you could die any day now, there's a handsome pretty boy, you know, whatever. But if you're like, nah, Shane would not consent to that, even blackout drunk, then, you know, we'll leave that part out. So
Just the one, just one choice.
I mean, I don't think you have the charisma score to convince
No,
both.
he
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
I think I think he would leave his door open for Esmeralda.
Oh dang. Okay, then you may add to your booty bingo board. Hook up with Esmeralda, D. Avenir, famous D&D NPC and beloved child of Jeremy Crawford. All right. Also, at some point during the night, you got a black eye and an inspiration point.
That sounds about right for
And
Esmeralda.
you can piece the rest of it together yourself. All right, so Darius, you wake up in the stables, and you are cuddling a dog. Not in a sexy way, just you got a dog.
Like a stuffed animal kind of way. Like I want to fall asleep with something.
Oh yeah, this dog is definitely the little spoon, and it is curled up next to you. Let me see. There it is. All right, the dog wakes up as well. It looks at you, and you see that there is an emotional intelligence in its eyes. It lays against you, and goes back to sleep. You now have a dog.
Perfect. Darius will go to the wagon.
Oh, do you make the mistake of naming the dog?
Not yet.
Okay.
The key word is yet. But he'll go to the wagon, take one of the horse bones that's back there, break it up into pieces, and give it to the dog.
Okay.
While he munches up the rest.
Okay. All right, I've added Jess Dog to
Little bone grinder.
yeah, to the game. Name it Little Bone Grinder. Goddamn, guys. Unless you say otherwise, it becomes your new companion.
Sounds good to me.
All right, you now have ownership over Jess Dog. I'll get rid of this instance dog and bring out Jess Dog. Oh my god, it's big. Why is it so fucking big? Hold on a second. That can't be right. Appearance.
Fucking
Oh
Saint
no,
Bernard.
right?
Are we sure he's the little spoon?
I mean, it is a medium-sized creature. It is a medium-sized creature. It's a pretty big dog,
I
but
mean, Darius is also a pretty big dude too, so.
yeah. All right, there you
This is probably what, more comparable to like the Baron's dogs?
go. Yes.
Okay.
Now there are a lot, as you guys know, there are a lot of dogs in Vallaki. So there was, you know, there was a law about mistreating dogs. Wagner got rid of that. Now it's mistreating cats. So
Do healing drops scale with hit die the same way healing potions do? So instead of it being 1d4 plus 1, would it be for me 1d10 plus 1?
Yes, that sounds right. Yes. Okay. All right, so you guys awaken in the morning.
God damn it.
Do you need some
Okay.
potions to heal up? It's like a,
Does anybody else not carouse but get up to anything in the night that I need to know about? Otherwise, I'm going to advance things to the next morning.
In the night, but Daniel's got a plan for the morning.
Okay. Wait, so you don't do something in the night, but you do something in the morning. Okay,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah,
going to do
nothing-
first thing in the
yeah.
morning?
Oh, he's gonna grab Izzy, Irene, and whoever else wants to go when the markets start opening. He's gonna buy a bunch of food and take it to the orphanage,
Oh, that's really nice.
and you know, do medical checkups and everything to assuage his guilt for his recent child slaughter.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right,
Mm.
how much? I'll ask like a real Catholic. How much gold are you dropping to assuage your guilt?
Let's see. I was looking at the carts. I was gonna grab like 100 silver, spend
Okay.
some on food, and the rest for the care and upkeep
Wow.
of the children.
Okay. Okay.
Unless anyone objects.
I mean,
I'm all for it.
Wait, how much was it?
Okay.
That was Anna's upper limit, so she approves.
Oh,
so that'd be
100.
50. It'd be 50 gold. 100, right? No, 100 silver is 10 gold, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
10 silver is 1 gold. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we had like a bunch of silver on a la carte.
Okay. I mean, 10 gold is appreciated. I mean, like it'll keep things going. It'll keep the quote unquote lights on for a while.
All right, marked on the cart.
All right. When you arrive at the orphanage, that you kind of go to the market as soon as it opens, grab the supplies, bring it over. Wendell is there, and he actually, you notice, is engaging with the other children. They're playing with Blinsky brand toys, and he seems to be safe and happy because it's way better than whatever else was happening.
Good.
Yeah, but Theodora informs you that it'd be best if you stayed out of sight. Wendell asked about you a lot, and if he sees you, it might start him all over again. Does that make sense?
I suppose trigger.
He just wouldn't
Go on.
stop talking about phones until he fell asleep. Apparently, he's very into battle, forts, and night, that sort of thing.
Oh, I understand that could take over your life if you let it.
Really?
Yeah.
So the boy wants to be an adventurer.
No, he wants to play games all day.
Oh, well, then that's good. He's been playing games ever since.
Yeah, everyone, including pregnant lady. He'll say he's acted as a Kairogen,
Mm-hmm.
'cause they understand that term.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he'll spend his morning doing that along with whoever wanted to go with him.
Oh, lovely. Does anybody go on this alignment boosting mission with Daniel?
If,
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Okay.
For Daniel,
Now that
it's
my
still-
spine is
still
healed
pretty-
after one single day, that's how medicine works.
That's how the Blood of Heroes works, sir. That's how the Blood of Heroes works. When Bruce Willis, to save his daughter in Die Hard 3 ? Shot himself through his own body to shoot the
Oh, yeah, that was
terrorist who
pretty
had his
fucking
girl.
cool.
Right? That's what Blood of Heroes. That's the Blood of Heroes. Okay, like that's where you guys are at. You've reached Bruce Willis levels. This is where you're at. All right, so Team Kindness is over here. All right, Darius? Are you joining Team Kindness with your dog?
he sees that Irene is going,
Uh huh.
he stomachs it. He goes home.
Oh dang. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she do got that aura that make you feel like you're gonna throw up. But yeah, okay. So you head on over there. Everyone fawns over your dog, I suppose. Is there anyone that doesn't fawn over this cutie? Has anyone got training in nature? I don't think you need training in nature. The dog is a lady. Does not have any. How do I say this?
Boy
Testicles. Yeah. Yeah, but it seems to be very protective of Darius and follows Darius around. It is quiet and well
They
mannered.
bonded about chewing on bones.
Yeah, they did actually. Communal eating is a big deal for pack animals.
He's
So
mostly just going to the orphanage
yeah.
so that the kids can play with the dog for a bit.
Aw, okay, nice. All right, let's see. What's Zaluka get up to? She really doesn't like being around were ravens. Doesn't want to get into trouble in the town. Is very bored.
Shane's available.
All right. Anna, what do you get up to in the morning?
Depends.
Mhm.
Wherever she seems to be more welcome. she'll go with. She just won't be by herself.
Okay. All right. Where you'd be most welcome. Zaluka seems to legitimately think Anna is, whatevs, right? Monsters helping monsters, making the world go round. Esmeralda is treating you very respectfully, and Shane, this is very strange. Almost sort of like reining in her bossy bitch attitude. Like to sort of let Anna make decisions, or Shane, give me an insight check.
Coming.
Oh, actually, it seems that she thinks that, yeah, you know what? Let's see what this Anna gets up to, and that is why she's been pulling it, pulling it in, reining it in. All right, Izzy is actually going to spend the day resting. He does not want to get dragged into any adventures today. So unless you force her to go using the companion system, Tiernan, she requests shore leave. She's just going to hang out at the inn.
That's fine.
Okay.
Or
I mean, in a way, right? The companion
is-
system.
this
Yeah,
is
they
like
are.
a boat.
Yeah. Well, I meant that they're just like on the clock. You know what I mean?
I wanted to
Like,
just sit watching Rictavio like he's a YouTube video. And just
oh, nice.
Oh, what was this one? Like,
She's
ooh,
just- she's just-
suggestions?
She's
Ooh,
just
yeah.
sitting there with
On the
Spotify on request.
Spotify, yeah.
Lovely. Okay. And perhaps during that time, they can get on the topic of magic. We'll see. See how the day goes. All right. So, team not orphans, what are you guys getting up to? When do you intend to visit the Walker woman? And do you intend to visit the Walker woman?
Might as well. But if they want to spend time, we'll just tell them we have to be there by noon, and
Okay.
we'll meet you there.
All right.
Imagine Anna would just burst in and change room, and you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, okay, let's go." And just,
Now, Shane, I will say, when you wake, you remember a night of rowdy lovemaking with Esmeralda, but she did not stick around. She did not stick around for cuddles or anything else. Like, it was done. High five, bro. Heads out.
oh, yeah, Shane was very much appreciative of the wham
Yeah,
bam.
yeah.
Thank you, Shane. So
Yeah.
he's good with
Okay.
that.
All right.
He's
She
like,
just
but did
wants
she
to
have
make
to give me a
sure.
black eye?
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So you guys would finish your business at the orphanage probably well before noon. So let's just say you guys meet at the Walkner estate around 10. Does that work?
That works.
Great.
All right.
Darius, Darius, are you bringing that dog with?
I don't think I have a say in this situation. I think the dog's coming anyway.
The dog needs to wait outside. She's a cat lady.
That's true.
Oh, when you say that, Zaluka says, cats, you say.
If you feel comfortable, you can wait out here as well.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl?
I'll stay out here with your dog, she says with a lecherous smile at Darius. And the dog looks at her like, girl, what are you doing? And then Zaluka looks at the dog like, eh? And then the dog looks at her like, and then they wait by the street.
What the fuck just happened?
You can roll an insight check if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. You got no fucking idea.
Yeah. Whatever. Girls are gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay. So, who is attending the Walkner meeting? This great burden that we have to keep doing. The Walkner meetings. Oh, I should also mention, on your way there, a group of 3 dusk elves approaches the group, but it seems that they are intent on speaking with Lyre. Lyre excuses himself from the group. Is anyone nosy enough to listen into the conversation? Anyone at all?
I'm not nosy, but if it's nearby, I feel like it just sort of happens anyway.
Okay, so you're gonna use your Peter Tingle to listen in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you speak Elven?
Ooh, that's true. You don't speak Elven,
Yeah,
so
that's fine. Then
yeah.
I hear it,
All
but
right.
I don't
So
comprehend
you
it.
hear them use too many Y's and too many L's in rapid succession. Whatever's happening over there, Lyre looks shocked, and then he looks grim and determined, and then he looks back at the group, gauging whether or not this is something that he would feel he could bring to them, or he would even want them involved in. So, in your last decision as Lyre, I'm going to message you something, Juan, and you tell me if this is something. It'd be faster just go into private chat. So, go into private chat with me real quick. All right. Your last big decision is this guy.
Okay.
All right.
So I've made 0 progress on curing her daughter, so I'm somewhat nervous to go talk to Lady Walker, but...
Well, that's not true. We got access to Kresik now.
True.
Yeah.
But also,
I guess we can fill her in on, hey, that guy that we thought maybe could cure your daughter, turns out he's probably fucking crazy. We can fill him in on that part, I guess.
And good that we didn't have her with us when we found that out,
Yeah. I wonder if the pool could help.
Maybe. Though we probably want to verify if she was still going to march on Kresik or not, because that was going to be the thing.
Yeah. We could really try to sell the point that Kresik's her daughter's only chance, and that if something were to happen to Kresik, like say it be invaded, that probably that chance would evaporate.
Yeah.
I would be cautious. I've always known Fiona to be pretty crafty.
I think, for the most part, she's treated with us fairly well so far. Not to say there hasn't been a lot of craftiness, as you say, but I don't think she's done us wrong.
Keyword is so far.
She's been through a lot. She's had to deal with a lot. Her husband, her son, her daughter.
Now, Daniel hasn't met her yet. Do you want him to hang back and keep his involvement mysterious?
I mean, it's up to you. You can join in if you want.
That's all right.
All right. Lyre looks over at the group. Emotions for Esmeralda. They have a conversation now.
Oh, swim.
Oh, okay. Blah 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 blah. Can you hear me? Testing. 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Getting better. Yep.
All right, great. All right, so Lyre motions Esmeralda. Esmeralda comes over. They have a conversation in Elven. She looks angry. She pushes, not physically, but through her words and tone. He steadfastly remains unmoved, and she looks past him, and she looks at him, and she nods, and she pulls him into an embrace, but it's one of those like manly hugs. She gives him like pats on the back. She says something else to him in Elven, which does seem to elicit a small emotional response from Lyre. And he looks at her and nods. And then he approaches the group and says, "My time with you ends. I am called back in the service of my people."
For any particular reason, or
It is Elven business. It is no concern of yours. Though, Shane, if I could have a word with you.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Is anybody rude enough to listen on this conversation?
nah.
Yeah,
It's in
okay.
common.
It just happens.
Okay. So Tiernan, you hear this conversation. where Lyre says to Shane, I am a man of few words and a reticent nature. This band is strong. Are they strong enough to resist the darkness that haunts them? I don't know. I do know that you, Shane Masters, are a friend to me. And so to answer the question asked long ago, my real name is not Lyre. It is Liar. But I never bothered to correct anyone. Shane, have courage and conviction in all you do, for that is the only true strength. And he turns and he walks away.
I'll give him a, kind of a good journey, bro shake.
All right. And they disappear, heading west towards the western gates.
Esmeralda, you're still staying, yes?
She says, he did not feel that I was needed. It was elven business. I read between the lines. I know his heart in this matter, whatever it happens to be. We have business. First with this Wagner, and then, as discussed. She says, her eyes darting around. Because, Larnak could be anywhere. He could be any barrel, any trash can. He could be that orphan across the street, the real tall one. Like, it could be anybody.
Elven business. I think it has to do with Radim.
I mean, she looks at you and she kind of makes a face like, well, yeah, it probably has to do with Radim. Like, what other business? What's the biggest business that the elves have going on?
We'll probably run into that guy at some point.
It is fine. All things seem to bring us closer and closer to confrontation. I wish that he could have trusted us enough to let us help him, but I understand why. All right. Any advice for this Wagner meeting? Anna? You
He's like any
apparently have a
noble.
history?
She's like any noble. Treat her as such. And we're going into her house, so please be polite.
When you say polite, Zaluka says, I will definitely be waiting outside.
She's an ally of him, so always keep that in mind.
And she will specifically look at Daniel and say, please keep your words short.
And Izzy whispers to you, and to the point. Let's do a practice question. Daniel, what's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate chip.
Perfect. See how you just told me the information that I asked for? You didn't say, well, what is ice cream? Let's figure it out. That's what we need. That's what these people want. All right. She gives you an affectionate pat on the, on the arm. Gives you forearm a squeeze, and says, "You were very brave, going to Kresik on your own. I'm happy you didn't die."
Daniel, do you want to put up the mind link?
Yeah, sure. Okay. You'll throw that up. Freebie here. Who wants it? Tiernan, Darius, Anna, Shane. So everyone gets a mind link for 5 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Any questions or concerns before we head in?
I'm just curious what she wants this time.
She'll want us to do something for her like always.
That's what concerns me.
I'm gonna create a psychic whispers effect real quick so we can better track who's got it on.
I
There we
think
go.
we had it in convenient effects. It was like
Oh
a
yeah,
cell
we got one.
phone.
It's a little. Yeah, I've got the little cell
Do
phone.
we?
Yeah, I remember that from a while back.
What's it called? The Daniel?
Psychic whispers. Yeah.
Man, I am not seeing it in convenient effects. When I was searching for it.
I don't know, but he's been wearing it ever since.
Oh no, it's all good. I just that's why I'm making it. Is because I was looking for it because I
Yeah.
thought we had one. That's okay. It's not gonna be too hard to make one.
It's alright. It's
There we go. All right. So whoever has it, you should now be able to search and apply psychic whispers to yourself. Yeah, there we go.
Tiernan,
All right, great.
Do you want to bring up the daughter or leave that be for now?
When I won't start that conversation, I don't think, but if she says something or there's an opening to talk about it, yeah, we talked about that a little bit when we were in secret chat.
Do we know that Darius killed her son?
I actually think no one has cracked that mystery, right?
Shane definitely doesn't know where things would have happened.
No one has cracked that mystery.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Everyone assumed it was Isaac, and Isaac ain't around to defend himself, so.
It's true. Okay. And I'll take you guys over to the Walkner house.
I wonder whether there's going to be the Shane intervention of Carl's not a good guy.
It took you this long to realize that?
It's his only friend.
Hannah would have told him about Ayla and that situation.
I just said he hit on his friends. He was like, yeah, I get that. Well, Carl sometimes makes some bad choices, but he's still young.
Dang, dude. Frat boy apologist over here. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happens when you only have like a few friends. You make excuses for the toxic ones.
I know. That's what happened to Mike Merles. There he went. There he went. All right, I'll bring you over. I tell my kids, people are going to judge you based on the company that you keep. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a thing. You might be great, but if the people you surround yourself with aren't great, maybe you're not great. Yeah. So, as you head in, Madalena says, "A pleasure to see you, as always. Allow me to take your coats and boots, and should I have the cook prepare some refreshments?"
Yes, please. Thank you.
Tea would be lovely, Magdalena.
All right. So, we'll go get that stuff for you. All right. As you head into the room, you see that Vasily von Holtz is there. He and Lady Fiona Walkner are having a conversation over some wine. He stands respectfully as you enter. Anna, this is right and good. Lady Fiona Walkner does not stand when you enter. But as a fellow queen, I mean, you know, shit happens. He looks at all of you and he looks very surprised to see Anna. But says, how wonderful. I heard you were in town and that a meeting might be happening. So I invited myself. I hope that's not a problem. And Lady Fiona Walkner says, oh, of course not. Vasily, of course not. Please, everyone, take a seat. We have much to discuss.
As Darius has done.
Oh, sir. You see Shane Masters. Apparently, whatever goods Esmeralda's dropping off with Amazon drone are high-quality 5-star goods. Because this man, today, he got them confidence. He just stride over. He sits right down on the couch next to Lady Fiona Walkner.
I mean, it's his best friend's mom. So.
Yeah. That even in real life doesn't always mean you can just sit down next to them on the couch. So as you sit down next to her on the couch, she seems very surprised and she says, "Mr. Masters, very forward of you."
I'm sorry, Lady Vodka. I meant no impropriety. I just thought perhaps we could also talk over tea about Carl.
Has something happened to my other boy?
No, far from it. No, he is quite well.
It's just he didn't come home last night, so I'm a bit worried.
Oh, I did
I
see
have-
him.
oh,
He
yes?
was well, but he did look awfully busy. He was checking on how the people of the village were doing. He seemed very concerned about their well-being.
Well, I have Larnak out looking for him. That brings me a great deal of comfort, Shane Masters. Thank you. All right, Darius, as you shake Von Holtz's hand, as you've done before, he stares you down. And at this moment, as he stares you down, Daniel, and I believe Tiernan, you would have saw as well, right? Because you swam down. That dude look a full good lot like the ghost of Sergei. In fact, Irenia has not moved from the doorway, walking into the room.
Mr. Von Holt, good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Darius. You look troubled. Is everything all right?
Surviving as usual.
Yes.
You know
Well.
the deal.
Please, a seat.
Lady Walkner,
Hey.
good to see you again.
And she says, Mr. King, charmed. Now, Anna, how surprising. When last I heard, you were dead. But I guess such stories were exaggerations.
There are many stories that get told in Barovia, don't you think?
I know all too well, my dear. All too well. It's good to see a woman of your caliber is still in charge. She raises a questioning eyebrow to you. Anna, what a stupid question.
She looks at her like, what a stupid question.
She lets out a bark of laughter and says, I just needed to check. Well then, Anna, I've called you all here because I'm curious about events abroad, and I received word from some scouts who relayed the information to the gate guards, who eventually the information got to me, that a great fire had been set. I have sent scouts to investigate, but is that something I should know about? Are we in danger of losing our lumber trade in the southeast region?
I don't believe so. There were some hags that had taken up residence inside the mill, and
Hags?
they have been dealt with.
Which one? The crone who hides in the woods across the river, or the
It's
one
the old
down in
one.
the swamp?
It's the old one that goes back and forth between Barovia and the mill.
Oh, I see. Morgantha. And you believe or know that she is a hag?
It's what my companions have revealed to me, and I trust their word.
That explains her interest in children, particularly the stock of children that she seems to be in the market for. Well, we can't have something as insidious as a hag working her trade in our civilized society. I take it the fire means that she's been dealt with?
Indeed.
I need not worry about her or her affiliates again?
I don't know, Fiona. You have your own matters to attend. I
I'm
don't know
simply
what-
asking, has she been defeated utterly?
I believe so.
Okay. Her eyes are going to scan everybody. Anybody who wants to support Anna's claims, I will need a deception check.
Tiernan will speak up and say, her lair has been destroyed and one of the coven has been defeated. The others fled. We intend to finish the job once we once we find them, or once they find us. That was part of our motivation of burning the place to the ground.
Vasily nods sagely and interjects, Lady Walkner, hags are ruled by three, a number of great power. With three, they form a coven, but without three, they're far less dangerous. It is unlikely the hags would show themselves here in Vallaki, thusly diminished. But if they do, I would advise you to share their descriptors with your guard and take the opportunity to turn them away. If given a chance to grow, such creatures are a pestilence. Look at what happened to the village of Barovia.
It's interesting that you bring that up. Apparently, Morgantha was spotted selling her wares here in Vallaki since the gates were opened up.
Fiona Walkner says, this is a town that encourages free trade. If the true nature of this being had been known to me, then I would have taken the proper precautions. Now that I am informed, I will ensure that she does not set foot within these walls again.
I'll provide a description in as
Okay.
much detail as I can of both their regular form and their hag form. I don't know if they've seen the other woman before, so.
All right, Daniel, are you able to corroborate this with because you were right up in there, the skinny one's face, right, when they transformed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They,
Okay.
They got ugly.
Okay. Vasily looks very thoughtful, but after from that point on, stroking his chin but saying nothing. Walker notices now Izzy trying to stand by Irina and sort of calm her down. Irina is like not entering the room. She just stares at Vasily openly, not hiding her her interest, her curiosity, her fear, her confusion. It's so awkward that the whole conversation breaks down, and slowly, Anna, they all turn to look at Irina instead of having a civilized conversation. Walkner says, dear Miss Cloyana, is something the matter? You look as if you've seen a ghost. And Irina says, I don't think I have anything to contribute. I will be waiting outside. Thank you for your hospitality. And she rushes outside. Izzy looks to you, Tiernan, and Mal's go looks towards you, in case there's any of them people are like, Izzy can't see, she's blind, and that means people can't see anything at all. She looks towards you, Tiernan, and she kind of mouths, I'll go, and she heads out after her.
He lowly pitched
blindness
towards
is a
her.
spectrum. Anybody that's 50-something sessions in, blindness is a spectrum. It doesn't mean that you just don't see anything at all sometimes. Sometimes it just means that you could barely see or you struggle to see. Okay, so what do you say, Tiernan?
Pitch towards her lowly, I just say thank you.
Okay. All right. So Vasily watches her go, and he looks sad and confused. He says, is she all right?
I think she may be a little under the weather, that's all.
Yes, you do travel often, and the weather is never kind. I found myself, well, he blushes a little, and he says, no, never mind. And Lady Walkner's eyebrow raises, much like this character art, and she says, you found yourself what, Vasily? And he kind of stammers a bit, and he says, it is... He looks over at Tiernan, and he blushes even harder, and he says, it is nothing. I think that she is a great woman. She has grown from a talented girl to a lovely woman who is a light in these darklands, and I appreciate you keeping her safe, Mr. Beckett.
Of course.
Now, to the matters at hand, Fiona. And Fiona says, right. Do you have any news from Kresik regarding the capacity to heal my daughter's illness? And their willingness to open the gates to trade?
And I will defer to whoever was there.
So good news, Lady Voctor. We were able to regain access into Kresik.
He turns to you and says, yes, were you able to get me information about Kresik?
I have some bad news about the abbot. It seems he's cut off contact with most of the town. He seems to be very unstable at this point.
He seems to be, but did you meet with him?
We have not yet had that option, no.
That option? Are you not the walking dead? Stories of your prowess would paint you as the strongest mercenaries in an age. Whose permission do you need to walk up a hill?
As you can imagine,
There was...
No. I want to hear what Shane Masters has to say, Beckett. She turns to you, Shane.
Just as we would never disrespect your rulership over Vallaki, we would also never disrespect any other burgomaster and their rule of their city.
So Dimitri will not allow you to meet with the abbot?
We have not formally requested that yet. As you can imagine, any town in Barovia has had issues, and as you say, we are able to help with some of those. So we thought it best to help Kresik get.
So you're ingratiating yourself to the local leadership.
To help.
Wouldn't it be nice if you did a similar thing for me?
I am at your call, Lady Voctor.
Well, my call has been clarion clear. I want to know if they will open their gates to trade, if they are with us or against us. And I want to know if they, with their many secrets and their many religious ways, have a means to cure my daughter's affliction. This seemed a simple enough task. But your cold shoulders were unable to do it, and these walking dead prove just as impotent. Or distracted.
And it teleports right in front of Fiona.
Okay. She gasps a little bit, and she says, you would use magic in my home.
You would watch your words.
I will not watch my words in my home.
We will not take insults from a thief.
She scrunches up her face in a very ugly way and says, a thief? You accuse me of a crime? Vasily kind of clears his throat, and he says, surely Miss Henderson meant no offense, Fiona. And Fiona says, I am offended, though. It seems you're the sort of people that cannot be relied upon. I dare say our business is over. Leave, now.
Good day, Fiona. Sleep well.
Lady Voctor, I don't think...
No! Leave, now! Or I shall summon the guards!
Goodbye.
Tyrion is just gonna sort of eye Vasily, as he's turning to leave.
Man,
Okay.
is anyone else Shane likes? You guys want to just poop on?
Yeah, as you look at him, right? You kind of feel that overlay. And he says, Fiona and I will escort them to the gate. He looks to you, Darius, like, kind of
He'll just look at
with his eyes, kind of nudges towards the door.
he'll look at Lady Walkner. Apologies.
Hmm.
Sent this along.
Understand this, Mr. King. You are a man who gets things done. You know what I want, and I will pay for what I want.
Understood.
And then she makes a dismissive gesture, like, "Get the fuck out of here."
He just says understood and walks.
Okay. All right, you guys head out.
Yep, into the gate.
All right, back at the street. You can see Irenia is petting the dog, and the dog is like a fucking service animal. It just has its head like on her shoulder, like, I give comfort. You be calm. And then Zaluka is watching with amusement, and then she looks and sees all of you and says, "Well, how did it go? I
Not
heard a
great.
lot of shouting."
You ever seen a dumpster on fire?
Dumpster.
Large trash heap.
Oh, yes, you burn trash. That makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Hmm. Does that mean that we can leave this town now?
Yeah,
Surely.
we can leave.
Good, I hate it here. And she starts heading just north because that's the closest gate. But if you guys want to go to Argynvossel, you must leave out the west gate.
Wait, Zaluka.
Huh?
Other
Ah.
direction.
Right. Okay. Tiernan. Irenia parts from dog and stands. She takes a shuddering breath, closes her eyes, and then opens them again, and she seems to be focused.
Do you want to talk about it a little? Or?
There's I don't know what you mean, and I don't know what you want to talk about. She says, with a very unconvincing lie.
Oh. God damn.
Maybe it's because we so recently saw the one that you met in the pool, but I couldn't help but notice a certain
Esmeralda
resemblance.
walks in between the two of you and says, "There's plenty of time to speak on the road."
Yeah.
And she takes each of you arm in arm, but separated, and begins marching you to the west. And she says, Darius, we are going to pass the church on the way out. Should we go in and piss off the vampire priest too?
I mean, if it'll get everyone's frustrations out, sure, why not? But let's just keep going.
Okay. For a moment, she's like, "Damn, that would be kind of nice." But then she starts speed walking these two
Appealing
along.
to her monster nature.
Right? Life was easier for her and her friends in the second age of magic. People didn't ask a lot of questions, you know? You just dropped off the monster parts, they gave you the money.
They
You were a good guy.
monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Dog will listen to Darius, then he'll send
Oh.
her to just continue being with Irene for now.
The dog gives you a look with deep emotional intelligence, and you could tell that they understand perfectly what you need. So they go and walk beside Irenia.
He'll then kind of walk over to Anna and be like, "You good?"
No one should talk to us that way, Darius. She should know better.
Oh, I 100% agree with you, but I wouldn't have expected you to be the one to do that.
It's a relationship that would break eventually anyway. Perhaps it's better to just snap the twig instead of setting it on fire.
Fair enough.
She does give a apologetic touch to Shane, but doesn't really address a whole lot of what was said.
Shane, all things in the universe have the Force. You know this, except robots. And this one, like, kind of older woman, like hippie, that you were briefly in a relationship with, she was really into, like, horoscopes and astrology and, you know, auras and stuff like that. Anna's aura is different than it was before. It feels dead. Like the difference between a mannequin's hand being made to touch you and like a living human touching you.
Shane just looks down at it, kind of gives her a weak smile, and just takes his steps just a teensy bit faster to where her hand just falls away.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, so that kind of brings us to one. I'm assuming that you guys, or close to one. Dang. All right. So you guys head out the western gates and would then proceed to fast travel there. I need but a single check from one of you to guide everyone on the journey. The DC of the check, because you're sticking to the roads, it has a base value of 10. I got to roll to see how the weather's treating you today, because the weather is so volatile and awful here. A 7, I believe, only adds a +2, so you're only dealing with a 12. And then, oh, it's actually 2 checks because it's the 8 hours of travel plus you go through a crossroad. So I would need 2 checks. Since there's,
All right, I've got a +8 now because I'm rid of my
All
exhaustion.
you, brother.
Okay. Well, he could do 1, and then I need someone to do the other one.
Here's the first one.
Oof, that is not going to do it.
Do you have any inspo to do anything?
Yeah, that's true. I've got one now. We earned one earlier. Yeah, I'll re-roll it.
Okay. Okay. You do a terrible job, and then you do a barely adequate job.
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome to my college experience.
Shane, I guess. Give me the second one.
Sure.
Okay. No problem. No problem. You crush it. All right. So each of you give me a D100 roll. Okay. And Tiernan, give me a D100 roll. All right. So, Tiernan, during the journey, you find a lucky find. Oh my god. Damn, you find a lucky find. You guys are level 9. All right, you find 90 gold worth of rare herbs. So in this instance, for now, just put 90 gold worth of rare herbs, because the session's over and I don't want to bust out the chart to roll for the stuff. But you find 90, yeah. And then Shane, at the crossroads, let's see, there is a traveler there. The traveler seems to be going from Kresik to Vallaki with a message. They recognize all of you, and they conspiratorially inform you that they are bringing a letter to Lady Walkener to slow down, hopefully, her aggressions and tensions. So it's not like an acquiesce, but it's more of a, we're going through some shit right now, and like, we really want to talk about it, but we can't right now, but we definitely want to talk about it very soon.
It's
Trademark.
better when all parties are happy. And
Yeah,
not
right,
in the middle of
yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so do you guys do anything with this opportunity, or do you let the messenger continue?
If there's anything we can do to like prepare the messenger for the way that Fiona seems to be right now, like just sort of forewarn him, hey, okay, take this approach, don't take this approach, talk to her like this, don't talk to her like this, to
Oh,
make
okay.
it more likely to like be met well.
All right, fair enough. Okay. In exchange, they share with you some of their secrets, Krezike travel stacks. One person may remove one level of exhaustion if they have it, or one wound if they have one, or not an injury, by the way, just a wound, or you can gain well rested if you have neither of those things. But only one person could benefit from these secret trail snacks.
I'm all good.
Okay.
I was unable to gain well rested because I was recovering from an injury. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll take. I don't
right.
think anybody else has a wound or is exhausted.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, Daniel and Anna, you guys probably should have well rested, right?
I don't think I can get
Yeah.
well rested anymore.
Oh,
Oh no, you can. Oh right, because you don't have. Yeah. You can't get well rested, correct? But you can still benefit from long rest. So yeah. But good point. Yeah.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, I should have had it too, but there we go.
Okay. All right, great. Then we will leave off with you guys reaching in 8 hours time. So you got out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no! The sun has set, and it is maximum spooky nighttime vibes with the waning crescent moon as you arrive at Argenvosthalt. Which here you go. I'll give you an overview of the scene.
Nice.
It looks nice.
Okay, and that is where we will end for the week. Whew. Okay, so we are sadly gonna have to take next Sunday off. I'm sorry this keeps happening to you. I'm in a weird situation where everyone tells me that I need to take breaks and I need to take vacations. I need to take care of myself, but then also, I run games all the time, so I'm trying my best here. But from what I could tell, there are no additional Sundays coming up that would impede our play schedule. So once we get past this one, the holidays will be behind us. Magfest will be behind us, and we should be able to just keep going until what, Easter? That's a Sunday thing that happens, right? But yeah, like we'll be good until Easter, I think. What else? I don't really have any new announcements right now. I'm pretty much just trying to focus on the games I'm running, and do a good job with those. I know there's been a lot of games posted on the server. I know Dom's starting a new campaign when Cyberpunk ends. I'm hoping that it's on Tuesdays. For no reason. I don't know what. Anyways, but keep an eye out for that. There's going to be a one-shot about it, and I believe Lex is going to stream that one-shot. So if you are curious what Pathfinder 2e Magic School in Magic Africa is like, they're going to run that one-shot coming soon. All right. Does anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
yeah, I think it's called Strength of. Wait, no, sorry, it's Threshold of Knowledge is the one shot
Mhm.
that he's running.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
the
at
prequel for Strength of a Thousand.
Yeah, Strength of
Yeah.
1000. That's going to be Wednesday, I believe. So yeah, Wednesday.
Cool.
Streaming that. And Rhyme the Frost meeting with Orpheus on Fridays. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, if anybody's going to be at MagFest, I'm going to be there. K-Nex is going to be there. Conti's going to be there. I don't know if anybody else from the server is going to be there, but that's 4 days long. So if you are there, maybe we could all hang out. Just hit me up. But I'll be back Sunday night to run Mythic, and then normal schedule moving forward. So hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Sunday, and I'll see you around the Discord.
Thanks, Brendan.
Mm.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.